The Diddy Freak-Off Circus continues as Ian jams out to the music of Justin Ridgway, who always says he's going to come on a show but never does. But we'll get him here one day.
Get him back.
We will.
That's a good song.
We'll get him back one day.
Much improved theme song, intro song, whatever you call it.
I thought maybe he'd want to come on and get our compliments, but he's still... I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude.
No, man. Probably because we imitate him like that.
Like he's a retard.
Come on the show.
He's not. We love you, Justin. You're not a retard.
I know.
I'm a retard. He is a retard. We're all retards. All right, so the Diddy Freak-Off Circus, his sex trafficking and racketeering case, continues today with more comic book-worthy courtroom sketches and more salacious text messages and emails. And we have a guest to talk about this today who is a very lovely and funny lady and host of a great show called Babbling Courtney. Please welcome to the show, Courtney Brooke. Courtney,
hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Totally. I've been watching your show, your live stream from time to time when I can tune in, and you always make me laugh. And I'm excited to have you on here. So before we look in or dive into Diddy, which is something I'm sure many, many homosexual men have said at some point in time in their life. Tell everybody who's listening who are not familiar with your show just what you do and where they can find you.
Well, I do stream 3 times a week on YouTube. My channel is Courtney Brooke, Babbling Courtney Brooke, my lovely show. I'm a retard also. That's why I'm stuttering. That's my main thing. So I am very, I hate the word neurodivergent. I don't want to be one of those, but I have like severe ADHD. I actually went to the doctor and got tested and stuff. I didn't diagnose from TikTok or anything. But so I attract all of the same, mentally deranged folk like myself. And we just kind of have a bit of a party. It's very much a variety show. Sometimes I try to have stuff planned and then we just sort of derail from there. And it's a very good time.
Fantastic. So you gather videos and stuff throughout the week. Cause I know you play a lot of videos and you.
Yeah, we're obsessed with Taylor Business right now. The clip of her attacking her lawyer in court, we have to watch it multiple times every stream.
Right.
I do often have a lot of like true crime fun facts. So sometimes we'll go down that rabbit hole. There was a point in time where we were even reading Industrial Society and its future.
Nice.
Ted Kaczynski is kind of boring, to be honest, but
he is. Yeah, he's also a guy who funded Epstein is what inspired Ted Kaczynski, which nobody knows because everybody's watching James O'Keefe post videos of somebody's house. So
yes, well,
I'm not going to go off on that rant again, which it can get me pissed off. Let's dive in, as I said, to Diddy. What are your thoughts on the case? I know you've been following it. I've seen some of your tweets about it. Just overall.
Well, a lot, to be honest. It's extremely overwhelming. I'm devastated for poor Cassie. She's about to give birth on the stand.
She's
right in
very
front of
large,
us.
especially according to the courtroom images. She's a whale.
Yeah, they definitely. It looks like her head is too small for her body. Even it's just like, and then woof, okay, she got pregnant in her whole body, not just in her uterus.
Right, there's one where it looks like she's full body pregnant and she's sitting on Diddy's lap. I'm like, wait, what is going on in this image?
Isn't that the one where he looks like?
Gosh.
Oh. Yeah,
his head's all shaped funky.
Yeah, and she's walking by, but I'm like, is she about to? Are we about to see a freak off session here?
We're gonna see. Yeah, they're gonna reenact one for us right here. Yeah, the courtroom artists are terrible. I've said it before. I'll say it again forever and ever until we stop this nonsense. But yeah, it's weird because I'm not surprised, but I'm also in shock at the same time. Everything she's testifying to, I'm like, oh my God. But then I'm like, well, I don't think we even got to the bad part yet. Because this is the sexual deviant that he's not just one of them. He is the ultimate. He's the final boss of sexual deviance. Right. So I don't
Do you think he's
we-
going to be found guilty though, because of the argument for them, which is, not to be insensitive, but it is funny the way the argument is being presented. It's basically like, yeah, our client is a degenerate wife beater, girlfriend beater. And yeah, he's kinky, but so are all of you. We're tired of the kink shaming. We're all freaks here, okay, Your Honor. And he's not trafficking or doing racketeering, which that's why I think Diddy's so happy in all the courtroom sketches, because he's giving thumbs up saying, yeah, I watch people bang my girl. Don't you guys? But he's not disagreeing with any of it. They're just saying it's not falling under the letter of the law that he's being charged with.
When he gets off, because he's probably going to get off.
Dude, see, what's crazy is like you can't
intended.
even talk about this in normal court terms because of that right there. It's like, is he going to get off? Well, Diddy's going to get off. Like it's so sexual and weird.
I hope he hires one of these sketch artists to sketch a freak off for us.
I would love to see
no.
a sketch freak off.
They
right?
ended up
Sketch
sketching
artist
some
freak
like.
off.
You're just gonna see like liquid just flying, just
Yeah.
sending little dots of it.
Well, so far it sounds like a freak off is a marathon sex session between Cassie and a male
18
escort.
guys while Diddy watches, and I
yeah.
love that Diddy is like, put that nigga's cum on my nipple, but not in a gay way.
Yeah, like, oh, he just finished on you. We're going into another room. Okay,
Right.
he can't watch this. All right, and
yeah,
then you're gonna
yeah.
take it off of you and then put it onto my nipple.
I mean, isn't that crazy? And the first guy who testified was like, but yeah, she kept telling me that Diddy's definitely not gay. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I heard
Oh.
about the Tootsie Roll thing. You heard about the Tootsie Roll
Oh
thing?
yeah,
saw that,
there's
Yeah.
there's another lawsuit, and the girl said that she was scared, but then she was relieved to know it wasn't going to hurt,
Right.
Yeah.
because it was the size of a Tootsie Roll.
Which is so
And so
funny.
50 Cent's now trolling him.
Oh man, 50 Cent.
I have a video we can play about the whole 50 Cent thing. 50 Cent has called
He's
him
great.
out for quite some
50
time.
Cent is hilarious.
Yeah.
He is great. The Tootsie Roll story I thought was funny because of the lead up to it. I don't know if this was a white girl or a black girl, or if she had never been with a black person before, but the fact that she was scared.
Well, I mean,
Like, what am I going to see here?
I have to say, if you're about to be sexually assaulted, that's pretty scary. If you're looking around and you're like, oh my god, I'm about to be raped. That is that's a scary feeling. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, it's not that big, it's fine.
it's not even rape, something with a Tootsie Roll like that.
Oh my gosh.
Pat and his cat says bringing your mother and his kids to the court to hear this is wild. Yeah, that's what I thought was funny, because they talked about how he'd pull a Bible out and read the Bible, and then how he is making those hearts, and his mom and his kids are there, and the jury is like the jury is hearing, yeah, no, I choked because there was too much pee in my mouth, and they look over, and Diddy's doing this and reading a Bible with his kids. It's just I would have loved to be a jury on this.
Oh man, that would have been what an incredible experience.
Totally.
Like if I were on that jury, I would definitely immediately be reaching out to anybody who's been covering the case, or anybody who just has a social media following. Like, I want to talk to you now.
Yeah.
I'd write a book about my experience and the trauma.
Yes, I was going to say, write a book. Gonna write
Then
a
I'd
book
sue
about it.
Diddy for the trauma I experienced
Perfect.
over what happened.
Yeah, his daughters actually, right after Cassie started testifying, they left and never came back.
Well, that's a good. Like I feel like they shouldn't be there.
Do you think
Yeah,
this is why? Do you think this is why Ben left J-Lo for the final time?
Because of her relationship with Diddy.
Or maybe she left him because he wasn't offering any freak offs.
Oh,
he didn't
right.
want to. He didn't want to
Exactly.
watch any
True.
freak offs.
Baby
Yeah.
oil. You don't want to watch me
Yeah.
get banged. And I love. So a lot of people don't realize that there are like police reports and stuff of the cops coming because like I don't remember what the reason was, but when they got there, J-Lo was like handcuffed to a telephone pole or something outside, or some crazy shit. It was like a drug trafficking thing. And this is, I think, in the late 90s.
Wait, was
And
this the club shooting thing?
It might have been.
Or is this a different situation?
I just remember that J-Lo was handcuffed to something
Who
outside.
handcuffed her to it?
I feel like Diddy did.
Oh, okay.
Is what I feel like.
It sounds about right.
Yeah. Right, but Ben's got to feel pretty good. He's like, at least don't have a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, well, there's that. I mean, it's it actually does explain why she went back to him and not he did it. Because like she who was it? Did she divorce? Who did she divorce? One of them.
Alex Rodriguez.
That's
who
what it was.
Because when he was doing the playoff baseball games, they would do the post game talk with all the commentators outside of the stadium where all fans could be behind them. And it was so funny because fans would circle up behind all the commentators. This is after they had just gotten the divorce, and the fans would be going, J-Lo, Ben Affleck. It'd just be chanting that, just heckling it. So
She
hear it.
dated like a few of her exes after that split up. Like she was seen with Mark Anthony.
She went back through the Rolodex.
She went back. She was playing all the hits, but
Yeah,
she didn't go back to Diddy.
Huh.
So what? It must have been that Tootsie Roll. So she should be on the stand. We need her to be on the stand to talk about
to defend him. Like maybe they'll call her as a witness when it's when the defense puts on their case. They'll call her as a witness to be
hear
like
that. They need to bring in all of the exes associated.
Oh,
I remember
my
earlier this
God.
year, there was a story about Tupac, and I was like, they're coming after Diddy because Diddy's the one who ordered the Tupac killing.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
all
Is that
the
what you
evidence
think?
points to that.
It doesn't
What?
really? Is that really?
Tupac even said that he tried to kill him before
Yeah.
he died. Well,
Right.
obviously not after he died, but
right. He killed him again. He killed that nigga again.
but yeah, no, they had some meeting at at the record label, and he like something weird happened, and I can't remember why everything ended so suddenly, but he said that he left, and he was like, "Oh my God, they tried to kill me." I think somebody actually shot somebody. What happened?
There's a lot of weird stories around that. One of his
Tupac
like bouncers
was
and
around one
stuff.
gun.
He was what? He was a.
Like he was around. There was a lot of shootings going on around Tupac, to be honest.
After
He even shot
was
himself
like a gay
once.
teenage actor. Have you seen that
I
video
know.
of
Did you ever
him
see the
where
gay
he's-
teenage?
He's a teenage theater kid.
When he was like a ballerina at Juilliard or something.
Yeah.
No, it just
totally.
I
makes
don't know
you
if it
think
was
it's
that,
all
but-
fake. It's all.
Oh yeah,
So
he was not a horde gangster. That's for sure.
yeah.
let's get quick. I'll give you guys a quick update on the stuff that happened today, and you guys can fill me in if I missed anything.
Okay.
But
I'm
but
gonna
what
grab the
they did
dogs
today
and
was the
gnaw.
cross-examination of the witness, his ex-girlfriend. What's her name again? Ventura, Cassie Ventura, I think. And what they did is they had Diddy's hot, female lawyer go do it, and she was like very nice. It was a very smart move by Diddy, and you could hear on a hot mic apparently. Diddy leans over to his female lawyer and tells her before she goes up there, he's like, "I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you." Right? It's like she's gonna be in one of those parties. I think those freak offs pretty soon. You're gonna be your next freak off because I'm proud of you. And so it's just so funny to me.
Like who? Why would you say that to your lawyer?
Because he's a controlling.
he
He's
is
controlling.
absolutely.
It's kind of a way he's trying to control her. But
That's so weird.
Yeah, I think he's trying to manipulate her.
And she went up there and told Cassie she was beautiful, and they had a nice
Oh, that was so
exchange.
bizarre because she asked her a question about what was it like? I think it was a birthday party, and she was like, "Oh, who was there?" And she's like, "Oh, Britney Spears."
Yeah.
And then someone else, and then she was like, "How'd they get there?" And she's like, "Sean invited them." And she goes, "You're very beautiful and charming."
Totally.
And she's
No,
like, "Thank you." And she goes, "It's true." That's not a question.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And she did that weird stuff where she would flatter her, and then she'd be like, "So you say he taught you how to give blowjobs?" And then she'd be like, "Yeah." And then she started reading text messages.
Now I'm gonna only show you this one more time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sean Diddy's like, "Come in, nigga. I'm gonna suck your dick
Come
so she knows how to do it." You gonna
It's the
watch me
8th
do it right,
blowjob
okay?
I've done tonight. You better watch.
Because I ain't
this
gay, but I
shit.
suck the best dick. So
Oh my god.
they read the text messages, but what she did was, I thought this was I thought this was a good strategy. Is she played Diddy in this, scene, and she had Cassie read her text messages. And I'm just wondering if, like, at any point she was like, "All right, can we do this again a little sexier this time? Let's just be a little sexier." And this would be
Take two.
let me see if I can find those. All right, yeah. Here's some of the text messages that they read in court allegedly, because we don't have the court transcripts, but what they're trying to show is that she was complicit in all this, because basically the prosecution has to like prove that she was coerced psychologically into a state of learned helplessness, essentially, to prove their case. And so the defense is showing these and doing this to try and show that she was a consenting adult. That's why they start off by saying in their opening statement, the very strong, powerful woman here, very independent, strong woman here, made her own decisions.
Yeah.
And here's the text messages, and I'm assuming the left, the gray one, is Diddy. That's Diddy.
Yeah.
So I miss you already. Do you want to read the blue, Courtney? I'll read the gray.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I
Me
miss
too.
you.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
I miss you already.
Me too.
When you want to do freak off, LOL.
LOL. I'm just going to change. I'm always ready to freak off. LOL.
Do you tell me the day you choose?
It can be whenever.
Name the night. And it goes on.
This is like really.
Oh my God.
LOL. Maybe we could. Whoa. LOL. Maybe we could. We don't know him that well. Oh, comma. Maybe we could. We don't know him that well. Okay.
Well, call him and feel him out.
I can do that.
Call him now, please.
Jeez.
This interaction here is.
This guy is a controlling. What? I mean, you run far away from this narcissist.
This gay narcissist, because he's telling
Super
her
gay, Tootsie Roll narcissist.
He's using her to recruit dudes to come bang her while he watches and plays with himself.
Call him now, please. Please.
Man. And I want to know when he actually like truly entered this role, right? Then he became this aggressor, because I know a little bit about his history, that like he started very young in the music industry, like at a very entry level position at some record company, and like essentially fucked his way to the top.
Yeah.
Like he was abused, but like, did he start doing this when he was making all that really shitty music in the late 90s, or like did this?
So, all right. So it's like, when was the first experience with freak off? Like how did he get there?
When did he go from being the abused to the abuser? Like, was that happening right in front of our face when he was making basically children's music with all those sampled songs?
I never understood his level of, I guess, power or influence in the rap industry, because I always kind of thought he sucked. I knew he was boys with in multiple ways with Biggie, and there's a war with Biggie and Tupac and all that. But like, I did when he became such a powerful guy, I'm like, does he even make music anymore? I don't understand.
But yeah, by the time he met Cassie, I didn't think that he was like doing anything ever at all. Like, and then I think, remember Mace was, his homie, right? And then he came out with one album and then ditched the music industry and became a pastor. So what did Diddy do to him? Yeah, what happened there?
Made him find
he
God.
didn't just like, oh, I failed at this. I'm not very good. Maybe I shouldn't do this and just get a regular job. He became a pastor. That is
right.
Yeah, he needed forgiveness for his sin, so he overcompensated, I guess.
Yeah. Like,
You can see that. Yeah.
This is what selling your soul to the devil looks like.
It really
is this kind of shit. I mean, you're never recover from this. How do you recover from this?
You can see the dude,
forever,
like, even if he gets off, you think he's going to be, people are going to go to he's going to have a new album. So they keep talking about how he has these sticky notes, and he's writing stuff and handing them over to his lawyer, and they assume it's about the trial. I think he's writing lyrics, and I think he's seeing if they like them.
That seems a little bit more realistic, because I mean, what notes is he gonna be taking about the trial? Like,
Right.
He was already there. Like he's just hearing stuff repeated back to him that he already knows about. He doesn't need to take a note about it.
He's like, no, I sucked his dick. Sending that note over to him.
I actually had her put the jizz on my nipples in a gay way. Thank you.
Yeah, that's such a crazy part of this story. That specific one where he got her separate in a room and had her put all of the fluids from the gangbang onto him.
That I saw that. I was like, this has to be a cartoon. This can't be real. What? Who? I get it. Like, dudes want to do weird stuff, but I'm going to tell you right now, straight men don't want
weird.
to have men's fluids anywhere near them.
Not even.
It's a gay man thing.
It's
It's not a straight man thing.
Not a straight man thing at all. Nope.
And the fact, so there's the part where they were talking, she was testifying today, and the jealousy question, that he would get very jealous, like the actor Michael B. Jordan found out that they were dating behind his back, and that he called Michael B. Jordan and threatened him. I just imagined that threat was like, how you gonna bang my girl, not let me watch, Michael?
Oh, man, and that's another thing too, is like, for Michael B. Jordan, did he know that this stuff was going on?
Yeah, totally.
Like, because like that has to really fuck with your mind if you're like, oh yeah, so by the way, my girlfriend might be banging a couple of dudes for the next 4 days, and when I see her next,
weird.
she's gonna be raw in all holes, and extremely dehydrated and hungover from all the substance use. But that's okay. I love her anyway. Like, how do you?
It's just like, if you're Michael B. Jordan and you hear,
Neat.
I can't meet up this weekend, you're like, oh shit, man.
Yeah,
You know what's
She's getting another train run on her, I
Right.
guess. Like,
That's a great question, though. And I think Michael B. Jordan, all these other people, if they're going to try and prove this case, they should be brought in and be asked questions as well. Because she was associated with a lot of people who would seemingly have information about Diddy.
yeah. Well, and then like I actually didn't get to follow up on the whole testimony of this part, but when they were talking about the Kid Cudi thing and how she dated Kid Cudi, and then like there was a car explosion situation, like he threatened to blow up his car, and then his
Right.
car blew up.
And then it actually blew up, yeah. And they kind of skip over that a little bit, where it seems. And I think that part of that is because this trial isn't about that. That should be another separate trial that's happening. I don't know if it is. I did see that there's like 30 different lawsuits against Diddy right now. But
I
there's
wonder,
all the,
like,
yeah.
that might actually be bringing something like that to light, because that's kind of actually like what happened with this one was like, this wouldn't be happening if she didn't sue him back in 2020. Was it 2023 when she
I think
sued
so.
him, and then they settled out of court a day later?
Yeah, she got what, 20 million or something like that?
Yeah, it was something pretty crazy. But it was one day they're like, don't, and I think that kind of set the wheel in motion.
You know what else this reveals is your text messages are, if you ever are in trouble and in court, are going to be revealed. So everybody should keep that
Are
in
these
mind.
real text messages, Brad?
These are ones that they allegedly read in court, according to people who
okay.
were.
And
accountable.
And this, my
reconstructed
friends,
them.
is why we need to get rid of the Patriot Act.
Right,
I know.
100%. So I'll read all this one, so it's not weird. This is Cassie. Cassie's in the gray. Yeah, I love our FOs, so we're acronyming it. I love our FOs when we both want it. I want to freak off right now. LOL. I want to have fun with you. And then he says, let me know if you want to have a late night. Jules is available. If you're not into that, MP. What's that mean? If you're not
I think it means no problem.
Oh, if you're not into that, no problem. We can just do a thing. Love you. Love you. If you're not super horny, WTF. Horny, of course I am. Jeez. And then it says, what does it say? Go to the hotel. So I'm like wondering if he just has hotels around the world set up that already have the bottles of lubrication. I think they should.
Sorry, but like thinking about it, like he's not a prominent name. Like we were just talking, like
Right.
he was never even good as a rapist.
No.
And then now, and like no one really remembers his name. Like he's not a big prominent name. And it is very possible that, yeah, he just would randomly have a hotel set up somewhere
Right.
around the world for her to go. How in the fuck is that possible?
We need the cleaning ladies of these rooms on the stand is what we need.
Yes, there's also that.
Then she says, "Okay, how long you think you going? How long are you going to be? You think?" And she says again, I guess he didn't respond. "I was away all week, partied with you all week. Record or record. You want to see me tonight? I'm doing this tasting. I can't deal with no problems. Maybe a sex club with your wig. Okay.
Oh Jesus.
We sure about tonight? I'm making plans to know, babe. So maybe I had him reversed on who is who here. Didn't hear from you, so I put some plans in motion. No, I think that's Diddy. A surprise package coming from out of state. Wow. So that's an attempt. That right there could actually show evidence of trafficking if that's related to, if that surprise package is a prostitute. That's a weird exchange, isn't it?
That's a very weird exchange.
That's
What's that say? I'm doing fasting. I can't deal with no problems.
Which one?
I'm doing this fasting.
You want to see me
fasting.
tonight? I'm doing this.
Oh, I thought it
fasting.
said tasting. Yeah. I can't deal with
Doing
no
this
problems.
Fasting. I can't deal with that. I'm
Okay,
in
so
ketosis
he's-
right now. I cannot deal with any problems when I'm in ketosis.
And what kind of fasting was? What was he fasting? Like just food and drink, or like
no dick for 48 hours.
he's fasting from the dick.
Yeah.
So
from Diddy. What's
I'm
up,
fasting from all the jizz.
God, that's where he gets his protein. It's an excellent source. So,
Sup, sweet cheeks?
let's watch this video of 50 or not. This is Diddy on the Breakfast Club, and they asked, "Have you guys seen this?"
No,
This is
I
hilarious.
don't watch the Breakfast Club.
I don't
Charlemagne is
either.
one of those. I'm like,
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't.
fence with him.
He's a little. Yeah, I'm on the fence with him as well. But they did ask Diddy about, what some of the accusations that 50 Cent made against him.
We segueing into the Drink Champs interview when you was with Nori and Fab
guys
and
hear that
Jada
okay?
and everybody. They made a compilation video of you because they said you were sounding real suspect on the interview.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Of course, didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
I swear to God.
Come on, man. You saw that on World Star and on the gram.
Check this out. When they started playing the game, the pause game, I would definitely.
That came from Harlem, too, by the
Yeah,
way.
came from Harlem. I definitely would say the crowd would be like, whoa, did he just say that? You know what I'm saying? I don't play games. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I don't play games. But, yeah.
Did
The
you go-
compilation? Nah, I was coming off of being in Miami a night of partying. I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, I love it all. I love it all, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
That was you.
Scrambling.
Like when you like this daddy scrambling and scraping. He looks like he's wearing like a cheetah carpet also.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, what is this gay sweater he's wearing? He looks like someone's auntie.
He looks like an aunt or a gay man, a hetero man. Here's his response.
I like it all. I like it all.
You said, I
does
like when
like
you
it
do
all.
it like that, Daddy. When you scrambling and scraping for shit.
Hey, man.
Like, I don't know what I was talking about.
Hey. Nah. I mean, I was
You don't
caught,
go back and look at that stuff and laugh?
I mean, it could be funny. I don't really be on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like.
What does that mean?
I'm
You
sure
know,
we
I'm-
can put Charlemagne's
What does that even mean?
I think he's just. I don't know. I don't know. I guess
He's
that
acting like he's above it all. Yeah, just I just live my life.
we need a
saying,
black person to translate for us what that means.
Like I'm very confused. What does that mean? Does he just talk like this all the time? He just kind of says words and none of it really means anything.
Yeah, and people just interpret it and go do something and hope it's right, maybe.
Yeah. Like, you're just-
Charlemagne looks very unimpressed with Diddy.
Well, I know. Look at his face.
Charlemagne's
Super
like,
unimpressed.
I know this
Like,
nigga got a
oh.
Tootsie.
He's like literally just looking like, please get out, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
And he does, it does get a little more specific to 50 Cent here in a second.
Compilation against Diddy's
Oh, we have a
compilation.
bunch. We put have
Charlotte.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't do it because I know I'm bad at the game. I know I say like reckless stuff out my mouth that's just not maybe adding up to with somebody who's homophobic, but I'm not homophobic and I really don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I'll prove it
but
right
I'm-
now.
I'm
Let me
bad at
suck
the
your
game,
dick.
and it's probably
I like
hilarious.
dick.
I would love
I
to see it.
like
I would
dick.
love to see the video
That's not gay.
compilation.
It's hilarious.
50 came up here and he was giving you flack for the asking Fab to party. So he'll ask you. Oh, he'll ask you to
yeah.
play the clip, man.
Yeah, play the clip. Go ahead.
I want you to party with me for your birthday, man.
Yeah, we partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying?
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
What?
What? I'm a nice guy. What?
Yo, why are you and Fifth just?
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not?
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
with Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
Do y'all really
can't
have a
see it?
beef?
I just
I mean,
said
y'all
does
can't
not
see
like
it.
No,
you.
we can't
Y'all
see.
can't.
No, 50 Cent hates him. If like you go to 50 Cent's Instagram right now, and he's just like, I told y'all.
Diddy is just trying to make his subjective reality everyone's reality. He
Yeah.
loves me. No, he loves me. You guys don't
Yeah.
see that? You're crazy.
No,
Yeah,
so it's like he
guy's a
sees 50 Cent
master.
is that girl he's pursuing who keeps saying no, but he's like, she loves me. I'm gonna get her.
Yeah, no, she's. Or he's not even. He doesn't even think she's saying no. He's just like,
Nah.
no, she really likes me. Didn't you
Yeah,
hear?
she likes
And they're like,
us,
no,
yeah.
she fucking ran away screaming. Yeah, no,
he's
she
like,
likes
nah.
me.
No, she likes me. That
She's-
was,
She was
passionate.
running home to get changed so we can go out tonight.
Yeah.
That's all.
And we gonna freak party.
Thank you, Melina.
Lena says, Court's hair.
Can't see that he loves me.
Yo, but see,
You really hold on. You really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like it.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he
Mad.
like it.
Okay.
But why? But why not? Y'all both passionate. Y'all both.
I don't
work
know.
hard.
Yo, try to say I don't know.
Like, y'all
I
both
don't.
the same.
No, we are not.
Okay,
We are not the same.
I mean,
We are
as
not
far as
cut
the way
from the
you
same
guys
cloth.
work and work hard.
Yeah,
That's
and,
true.
And I respect that. I don't never
As
hit him
he's
with no,
wearing the
nothing. I
gayest
don't even
outfit.
think of no other man. Besides, if I'm thinking about another man, I'm thinking about uplifting. I'm not thinking about all that. All
And
them
inserting
gnats,
into my girl.
they can't
Well,
really touch
fellas,
me. At the end
I
of
have a question. Do you buy your male friends, clothes if you feel
Well,
like they,
If Brad
they need
looks
clothes?
like he needs,
He
if
takes
Brad
me
looks like he
shopping all the
needs
time.
clothes, I'm like, Brad, we need to get you gussied up.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a straight man ever being like, "Well, let me take you shopping because you need some clothes."
No.
Like
I wouldn't know how to. I
clothes
wouldn't know how
shopping.
to dress one. If I thought my friend needed some clothes, I wouldn't do any better than what he's already doing if we went
I
shopping.
might like. I feel like at most, if a dude thinks that his friend needs a little help, like maybe he's down on his luck and he needs to sharpen up a bit, he needs to get a new job or something, he might hand him some cash and go, "Hey man, you need a little help here? Go shopping, get yourself
Yeah.
some nice clothes." I feel like that's
If I was walking through the
most.
mall with Brad and he said, "Hey, I want to go into this store and look at some shirts," I would sit on the bench in the mall and I would look at my phone until Brad was done looking at shirts. I don't
Yeah,
need to go, I'm not. Brad doesn't need my opinion. He's
Hey,
not
man,
looking
I mean,
for my opinion.
Let me
for
take you
shirts.
shopping and jerk you off.
Now I might.
It's just-
Now you sweeten the deal.
There's gonna be some baby oil involved. And then when he jerks you off, he's gonna
apparently
rub the jizz on
big
his
bottles of baby bottles.
Apparently, I guess there was a pool full of baby oil. That's why there was so much.
You don't want
That
to
was
run
what
out.
Yeah.
one of the escorts testified to.
She testified on top of that Diddy, who would direct he was producing these gangbangs.
Yes.
And that's a tough job. Producer director is a tough job, especially if you're jerking off the whole time.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Makes it
especially if
even-
you only have one hand available. It's
right. It makes it even harder to hold the camera and do all that. And so he would all the way down to how much baby oil is put and where it was put and when and where the dudes could ejaculate. That's how detailed. The guy is a businessman, okay? He is very focused on detail. And I
really
think she
is.
said
He's
8 big bottles.
he's a creative, visionary there. He's very much he really needs to see his vision from start to finish. No detail left out.
No detail left
How
out.
is he so rich of the producing? Is that why he's so rich?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably because he was compromised, as Courtney referenced earlier. And
Yeah.
Is it my perception that he's wealthier than other?
no, he's
hip-hop
pretty. I mean,
artists?
he's in a powerful position. That's why this has so much
That's what I
attention.
figured. Yeah. that's
I
what
mean,
figured.
he did actually have names. He did have a lot of proteges, right? Like he did have like a couple of girl groups. He had Dream. That was like his first. I don't know what they were necessarily, but I guess like because does he own Bad Boy? Is that what it is? I know Bad Boy was I know that's
Bad
where he
Boy
was
Records.
signed, and then now he owns it or something. But so that was the first group that he signed to the labels. That was like his little girl group, his little pet project. And then he took over making the band, which, how dare you? Okay, because O-Town, I love them, and how dare you take that and then just desecrate it with the band?
Doesn't it make you think back on all the music that you like, especially rap in this case, and it's like, man, were they all like Diddy?
Well, apparently 50 Cent wasn't, but
Good for 50 Cent.
Yeah, they're not. cut from the same-
Neither was Afro Man.
Yeah. I like
oh no, did you see the music video he made when he got the cops raided
Lemon
his
pound
house?
cake. Lemon
Yeah, the
pound
lemon
cake.
Yeah.
I love it. We met Afro Man at the Libertarian Convention. He did it. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
what
that
a
was
time. That was a while ago now.
Yeah, it was last summer. But so there was he took a photo with Trump in his American flag suit. Not Trump. It'd be funny if Trump was wearing an American flag suit.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
If he just started doing that from now on.
it would be awesome, dude. And we tried to recreate it. So I had my friend came with me, and Josh, and he's a Trump impersonator, and so we found Afro Man, and we tried to recreate that picture with Josh and Afro Man. So it was funny. It was a good time.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so
Afro Man.
what do you
Who
think
else?
About Biggie,
Dr.
by
Dre.
the way?
No.
Dr. Dre. Hopefully, Dr. Dre's not in this.
Yeah, him and Eminem are probably like, that shit's gay right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. The gay shit we do is straight. Yeah. Or what
Okay.
about Snoop Dogg? I love how Snoop Dogg will do anything for money. I remember when Snoop Dogg did the Trump crypto thing after Trump was elected, and people were like, "I can't." He used to say he was going to shoot Trump and he hates or whatever. And why would he do this? I'm like, because his mind is on his money, and his money is on his mind.
Yes.
That's why Snoop
Yeah.
does what he does.
Yeah, exactly. Where do you think that came from, folks? Come on, get it together.
I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, didn't he do? God, I remember some
Martha
Was
Stewart.
it last? He did do Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I remember he did some. Wasn't he on the Masked Singer or something like that? There was some sort
Was
of
he?
stupid. Oh, he did some appearance at the Olympics, and that was like to promote some stupid show that he was going to be on. I can't remember because I don't know how to use my TV, but there's just a TV in my living room. It just sits there. So I don't use it properly. So I don't know what show he was supposed to be on, but he was essentially taking like any contract he could, appearance anywhere, TV show anywhere.
He does announcing for like some boxing events every now and then.
Yeah, see, like he's like you said, well, like he said back in the 90s, Got my mind on my money and my money on my
Right.
mind.
And so it's like why people are shocked because he's doing whatever he's getting paid for. So maybe I don't know if Diddy offered him any money. I do wonder about all this when I think about Diddy's his close relationship with Biggie Smalls. It's like that is not. I don't want to know what deviant activities those two did together because that's very.
I don't want to see a Biggie in a freak off.
I don't want to see the courtroom sketches of Biggie and Diddy
Covered in
doing
baby
freak-offs.
oil.
Right, it's a lot of baby oil.
God, he died when he
Right.
did.
Yes.
Just because here's the thing, there's strong chance that video footage could have ended up swirling around of that.
God, dude.
Gosh.
The Biggie tapes. Nobody wants to see those.
No.
Gosh.
So this is a courtroom sketch here with the text messages up next to it, and again, I love that Diddy's just mugging the jury in this.
Yeah.
He just has no chin,
They
apparently.
love me. You can tell the jury loves me. They love me.
Yeah, look, jury loves me. Like, because you can make that face and still, like, your chin doesn't have to be back here. Man, I should become a courtroom sketch artist. I feel like
I think we could do it. I think we could do a good job
mixing
of
up
it.
the 90s rappers.
Please
Wait,
correct us. You're right. It's a
rolling
very
down
far
the street,
away.
smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice.
Is it juice or
Laid back.
juice?
Gin and
I don't
juice.
think he was sipping Jews.
No. I get it confused. Jack
Is
says
that
we're
not
mixing up 90
Snoop Dogg?
rappers.
Yeah.
That's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg has a kids show called Doggyland. That's a great name for a kids show. There.
That sounds like something he would do. You can tell me
Right.
anything, and I'd be like,
Sounds
"That's
that
something
sounds
he
like
would do."
another kind of, yeah.
He wants
disgusting.
money.
Yeah.
Who
Totally.
did they think that we were mixing up then?
I don't know. Jack will have to inform us.
We were just listing off rappers and deciding whether or not they were gay, like P Diddy. Dre and Eminem do their own gay shit.
Right. Yeah, it's competing gay rap gangs. Gin and Jews.
I wonder
Yes,
if
of
Diddy
Snoop.
will start a
Yeah.
kids show, Freak Off Land.
Yeah, it was. So then what were we?
In
What did you
prison.
think we
He'll
were
start it.
confusing?
So
Oh,
I know. I'm pretty sure you have, Ian. Courtney, have you seen Trapped in the Closet?
yes.
I
I
never
believe
saw
there
it.
are 33
You never
parts.
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yes, there's
familiar with
33
it, but I
parts.
never watched
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
greatest piece of art.
I haven't
that's
seen all
ever been
33,
made.
but
I've seen all of them many, many times. They are
Lucky.
hilarious. And if he goes to prison, it's the perfect opportunity for a team up. Diddy.
yeah. Did you know that R. Kelly said that if he didn't go to prison, he would release the rest of his parts of, well, not his parts, the rest of the Trapped in the Closet parts, because apparently there's like over 100.
Free him. Let him out. I want
So
to see
now
the
I
rest of
feel
it.
I'm mad. Like, why did we do this? So, he deserves his punishment. Well, now we're being punished. Thank you.
Right. We're not getting some of the most brilliant art ever. Although, like I said, they could team it up for a sequel.
Generations from now, we'll get
Maybe maybe we'll get like some elevated versions.
A really
they-
really heavily produced version
Yeah.
of it, which I think
Some
Jake Tapper should be
remixes.
forced to be part of. 'cause
Philharmonic?
he's a piece of trash.
orchestra doing it.
Where's the? Oh, here you go. So here's some of the
Amazing.
courtroom sketches. See, I love this. So the one on the left here, in the middle, it's like they're different people in all three of these.
Yeah, the one on the right. I mean, God, they're totally.
First of
different
all-
people. None of these look like the same person.
It's been said that he has like gray hair now. So where are these the pictures on the left? Where are these coming from?
Maybe they're older.
Are
Yeah. So look at this one. Look at the person over his shoulder with that big hair. Is that Elton John in blackface?
And then
No, seriously. Like, okay, and then that has to be Glenn Danzig on the other side. Yeah.
yeah, it has to be Glenn.
Yeah. His eyebrows. Let me make sure the
freak off.
date on this is. Let me do a date.
That Elton John picture is actually, I just realized that's P. Diddy's mom.
Yeah, that's who it is. That's his mom.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like,
That's
my
his
boy let him
mom?
freak out parties since he was 9 years old. He let him freak out parties.
And Diddy, if you have all this money that it seems like you have, can you just, are you letting your mom wander around in a Party City wig like that? It's not even brushed.
She
looks
doesn't need any clothes.
ridiculous. Yeah,
She-
take your clothes
yeah,
off, mama.
He doesn't need
He
any
takes 50 cent. He
Take
takes
your
50
damn
cent
clothes
shopping.
off, mama.
Yeah, why are you taking your mom shopping?
Show the jury them titties, mama.
Oh my God.
We'll go past week here.
Oh yeah,
There's the
that was
heart.
the
Oh, the heart one.
the
That's a
heart.
classic
My
one.
God.
That is a
That,
classic.
that is
That-
one you want to frame and put in a museum, like a art museum. That's a piece of art, that one.
Incredible. This
Jack
one,
says, didn't realize my children were doing courtroom sketches. Totally.
I know. It's so
That's
bad.
the one where he's
And-
like looking at the fucking
Yeah.
courtroom sketch artist right there. He's saying,
What
see
if I
you,
go and
motherfucker."
apply? We should go apply to be a courtroom sketch
Look at his
artist.
face. He's essentially looking at the sketch artist going, are you
Right.
believing this shit?
Yeah, I know. Like, he
This
wants-
is, you know, I'm being framed. This is fucked up. Like that's,
Get Sam Bateman-Fried in here. He says I'm a nice guy.
oh man. Oh, remember the sketches of him when he was in court?
yeah, right.
Right. That's the thing with New York trials that I think that I guess we kind of benefit from is that you get the some of the worst sketches that you've ever seen.
It's
I mean, it makes a mockery of a serious case,
And why
but
can't we just have a photograph? Is this sketch what is this sketch not revealing or hiding? That why can't I just have a photograph? Why do I have to have
Right, it
this
is
stupid
weird.
little cartoon?
I
Well,
love
it's
how
like,
this
it's
one has the
public-
naked guy in a oh that's the
That's the
video of him
video.
beating her. That's a sketch of
Yeah,
the video of
that's
him
the-
beating her.
yeah, so they're I just think like, it doesn't make sense that we can't have cameras in New York courtrooms. Like I don't get first of all, they're allowed in plenty of other courtrooms across
It's a
the
federal
nation.
thing. That's the reason they can't do it in this case. In state cases, they can do it, but federal.
Well,
yeah,
in
stupid.
in
That's
New
just
York
dumb.
courtrooms altogether is no
they can't do it at all. Yeah.
at all. Yeah, did you know that Harvey Weinstein they're doing a retrial right now? No one knows because no one's watching it because it's not anywhere to be watched.
No, I didn't. What's
But
the
that's why the
retrial
Daniel
for?
Penny trial, no cameras in the courtroom. The retrial that was for there are 3 different ladies that said that he raped them, and
You
they
think he's innocent?
he was convicted. He went to prison. He appealed, and now they're retrying it on the
Yeah.
appeal.
It's a similar
I-
type of charge in that it's based on it's tough to prove some of the charges.
It's weird because I definitely believe that P Diddy did some horrible shit to this
Totally.
girl.
Totally.
Harvey Weinstein, it's confusing. Like I read some of the like opening statements and stuff in this trial, and I'm like, all I'm gathering is like uncomfortable things happened, but you continued contact with this person not because you felt trapped. Like Cassie felt trapped in a relationship that she thought she was like in love with this guy. It was like a Stockholm syndrome, like
Right. And she was younger, and
horrendous.
he exploited her desire to be in the industry.
right. And whereas these ladies, it was just like you never took the time to find anybody else to contact to get jobs. Like you basically like fucked this guy to get a job on Project Runway, and then you're like
the ugliest
"Oh."
guy who's ever lived.
Yeah, and then
this
you're
guy.
like, oh no, the whole time you were working on Project Runway, never met a single soul, never made a single connection to anybody else that could allow you to get a job elsewhere so you never had to speak to him. Instead, you're contacting him, which again, they weren't in constant contact. He wasn't like, again, it wasn't similar to this where he's texting her all the time and like buying her shit, buying her wigs and costumes and all this stuff. And like, no, it was, she contacted him and said, do you have any like jobs for me or whatever? And then he is like, I'm going to fuck you. And she's like, I didn't really want it, but it happened. And then she got a job and then didn't talk to him and then was like, hey, do you have any other jobs for me? Like, when does it end? Like, when are you going to fucking like introduce yourself to the other people in the studio? When are you going to talk to anybody else at all as you're doing this job? Why are you only talking to him? So it was a little bit different in that, like, if I were the friend, I would be like, okay, I believe something fucked up happened. This sucks. I'm really sorry. I don't like him. We're not going to talk to him again. Fuck you, fuck you. If we see him at a party, we're going to go, ooh, fuck you, fuck you. But we can't press charges. I'm sorry. Like, this just doesn't feel like it was like illegal. It seems like he's a creep.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Right.
But like, I feel like you capitalized on his behaviors also.
That's probably why he became a producer, is for the casting couch.
Of
Is
course.
Position of
Yeah.
power.
Of course.
Yeah, Ian, I told you, I've talked about it on the show, that you turned down this audition a couple months ago that I did the first one, and I got a call back to it, and the second one was it was very very homosexual. A homosexual casting director, and fortunately it was through Zoom and not in person. But it ended up being a hour and 20-minute audition. Auditions don't last an hour.
Didn't he tell you like
minutes.
pretend I'm your boyfriend?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Yeah. No, let me I'm getting to that. They'll blow the story.
Sorry. I don't blow it.
No, in the middle of the thing, he is clearly liberal, and I told them going in, I said, look, I'm a conspiracy theorist. You like I told them everything because I'm like, don't call me in for a callback if that's going to be a problem for you. And so they did, and I'm like, okay. And then in the email they said, just be who you are with your personality, and they said you can even, if you have a background, because it was a show that was a combination. They needed actors to be in a reality show that was designed to just mess with the people who didn't realize it was these were actors. And so I was auditioning for one of those characters to mess with people, and so I did that. I left my conspiracy background up, and I get in there, and we do all the thing. And when I tell him I'm a conspiracy theorist, he had a visceral reaction. He was like, "Are you a fucking stupid conspiracy theorist?" And I was like, I guess that depends who you ask." He had a very angry reaction, and we had this long conversation, and he kept saying, well, Fox News and MSNBC, and MSNBC is great. They don't ever say the R word, this and that. And I kept saying, what R word? What R word? And I was like, racist, Republican. He's like, no. And then later I went, oh, retarded. That's the R word. And he's like, he moves on. And then he finally goes, okay, let's do the scene, the improv scene, which involved me being in a car that was submerged in water. And I have to act, just improv what I'm going to do in that situation next to the driver. And he goes, yeah, we'll do it. But I'm driving and you're in the passenger seat. We're dating. And the reason that we crashed into the water is because I'm drunk and I'm trying to drive and jerk you off at the same time. And I'm like, okay. Don't jerk me off and drive at the same time. That's dangerous. But the guy also, through that interview, or audition, he started telling me how you meet so many people who try and basically, and I said, win your approval? He was describing his casting couch experience to me, and I'm like, this guy bangs twinks who want to get jobs all the time in LA. He's like the Harvey Weinstein of homosexuals, and the fact that he asked to jerk me off in an improv scene was weird, but
that is like not why. What information is he gathering in this situation?
Right.
Because
it was totally fucking weird. It was like, that's because I called my friend Josh, who also auditioned for it. He ended up booking it. And I said, because he had to do the same scene. And I was like, hey, dude, I just got done doing that audition with a casting director that you also auditioned for. When you guys did the submerged in water scene, did he also set it up to where he was your boyfriend and you crashed into the water because he was jerking you off? And he was like, no. It's like, okay, I guess he liked me. It was the kind of thing that would get someone canceled if they weren't gay.
I hate it. That makes me like, ugh.
I know, it's so gross and it was so creepy. Ian and I, we met each other doing improv, comedy, and so we're used to a lot of weird stuff. But I think other people who aren't used to that kind of weird stuff might be a little uncomfortable about that kind of thing, And it just, I'm not going to sue the guy. I don't have anything to sue him for. But like, I'm imagining Harvey Weinstein being that creepy times 10 towards people who were trying to audition for things that he had power over.
Oh yeah, and I mean the stuff that the girls were detailing, it was auditioning for Jacob Faggot. The stuff that they were detailing, like, he obviously was abusing his power, and certainly he was doing things that were not acceptable. I don't know if necessarily consider it illegal, because there were, it sounded to me like they always had the opportunity to say no, like, oh, I don't want to do this, I want to leave, and he would let them. He was just persistent, where like if they would say no and leave, he would call them the next day and try to coerce them to do something else with him until
What did she mean by no when you left? Did you mean
What?
no? Like he calls him and says,
Oh.
"What
Yeah.
did you mean by no? Did you like when you left? Did
Yeah.
you want me to?"
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that probably is something that he texted at one point. I'm like, when you said no, what do you mean by that? But like, it was just like, let me invite them to this other party. Let me invite them to this thing. Let me see if they want this job. Da, 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 da. Let's try and meet up for the. And then eventually, like he would wear them down. Essentially, like there was never a chance where like they couldn't say no and leave. And that's where I'm really like, okay, no, sorry, but
Right.
you already knew he was weird. And
There's no doubt too that there's like this dynamic. Like Ian, he ran a theater for a while. I've taught and classes, many classes, and there's an authority type of dynamic there where if it's the wrong kind of person who's in that position of power, they can exploit that.
Yeah, I mean, I had friends of mine all the time. Man, you run a fucking comedy theater. You should be dating chicks all the time. I'm like,
Should be
and
dating
then
all your
that would
students,
ruin
right?
all of my credibility.
Totally.
So why would I do that?
Yeah.
I have a business to run. Why
Look
would
at
I do
James
that?
Franco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he did?
Yeah, I think so with his acting students, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gross.
Oh.
It's gross. And I couldn't live with myself being a predator like that.
Yeah, I mean, it all
Gross.
depends. Like, why are you doing that? Are you doing that to be a Harvey Weinstein, or are you doing that because you actually wanted to do it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, because no, I'm not trying to drown in pussy just because I also wanted to teach.
Right. Right. Like that's the
Like-
only reason you get into the industry is to I want
Yeah.
to die drowning in that vagina.
Yeah, it's like,
So it
no, actually,
became
I just, I actually like teaching. I actually just like the
No,
Isn't that weird?
it is. It's crazy because it's that desire to have that to be like famous and or to be on stage and whatnot. And like Weinstein, R. Kelly, Diddy, they all have exploited that, and that's why it's difficult with the law. Is like what crosses that line, and this is the case that his defense lawyer is going to be making. That she was a willing part of it, and all that. There's no doubt Diddy's a fucking douchebag. So far, though, as creepy as they have revealed him to be, I don't think they're going to meet the standard legally. But it actually depends on what the jury thinks, though. And so they are making the I guess the emotional case of it, which is like this guy's a creep. Because there were some videos. They showed them videos of freak-off parties or sessions, excuse me. And they didn't show them to the entire court. And all the court reporters did was describe the reactions of the people watching them. And it's just like they were all shocked and like, oh, then they'd look over, then they'd look back and go, oh, look over again. It's just like, so maybe that is going to persuade them. Who knows?
Man, I would say, well, like I don't think the defense is really doing a good job. Oh, hi, healer. Good to see you. He's being very nice. Well, he's usually really nice to me. It's Zia that he's not as nice
Healer
to.
said
But
Courtney's a babe.
thank you, healer. Good to see ya. What was it? Oh, the defense is not doing a very good job at defending themselves, though, because they're using certain texts, like the one where she was saying, like, "Oh, I love our freak offs when we both want to do them,"
Right.
and they think that was
Yeah.
like obviously she likes them, and it was like, no. I'm
No.
pointing out that like
Yeah.
it's something that I enjoy only when we're both into it, but when I'm not into it, I don't like it.
So
Isn't
her,
that
yeah.
weird?
Obviously having trouble saying no.
But
That's
Right.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can
Yeah.
read that right to the text. She's having trouble saying
Right.
no.
You really
Yeah.
can.
No.
She's younger. She like wants to. She likes this guy, loves this guy, and she's like, I want to get close to him. And I think at one point she said, or her the prosecution maybe I don't remember who said it, but it was like she did the freak offs because that was the only way she could get one-on-one time with him, which is interesting
Insane.
in and of itself. And that one-on-one time is smearing somebody else's semen on his nipples.
I mean, I know what it's like to, be infatuated with like a fuckboy type and being like, okay, well, the only time we see each other is if like we're gonna do it. There's no fucking way. Even then, I'm like, you know what? Fine. I don't want to fucking see you then. Do you want to just? Am I not okay with my clothes on? Jesus. So the fact that it was to that extent of having to sleep with a different person because that felt like one-on-one time. Poor thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so young. Like I really don't want to judge her. When some of this stuff, I'm like, holy crap. He must have done some psychological damage on her.
And you can see it in his text too. Like the stuff he says, you can see him manipulating.
Getting to that degree of letting a guy do stuff, because I think it just goes beyond like the money and the power and all of that. And it really is, it comes down to, it started with the money and the power, right? Like she was a little bit nervous when he kissed her the first time. She got scared.
Right.
She's like, what the hell? Oh my God, what's going on? She wasn't really into it really. And then eventually she started, getting that Stockholm syndrome situation going on. And I think and she really was doing things simply because he had her career in his hands. Yeah. She wanted to be a popular singer and
he was threatening her with power and
and I think it eventually just turned into her genuinely thinking that she was in love because she had been so just psychologically destroyed.
Right.
My God.
So the line of where does it become criminal? And maybe they will produce more of that in the days to come. Here is the AI trailer from Law and Crime, the preview of the Diddy trial AI, this is interesting. I guess there's probably going to be more of this in the future. I showed you this the other day, Ian.
Okay, this is crazy.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Maureen Comey, Matisse Steiner, Meredith Foster, Madison Smizer, and Christy Slavic for the government.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. You have Mark Agnifilo, Taney Garagos, Brian Steele, Alexandra Shapiro, and Jason Driscoll. And we're joined today by Mr. Combs. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Combs.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Have you heard the questions I asked the government attorney and your counsel and their answers?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Even his AI is threatening the good afternoon, Your Honor. Yes, I have.
Your Honor. Oh man.
Brad, I gotta get going, man. I gotta freak off.
All right, I knew you had some car troubles today, as you were saying earlier. You got to get to that freak off and.
Oh yeah, he has to learn juggling.
Yeah,
juggling.
Or swallowing knives. One of the two.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I know
you. Of course, Courtney. It was great to meet you.
You too.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy.
All right, dude. We will talk to you soon. Have a good one, man.
Bye.
All right. It's always funny. So the goodbye, and then because you're looking for the buttons. It's like, I said goodbye already. Where's the button? I do that all the time.
Especially like when my mouse battery starts dying and I don't know it. So I'm like wiggling my mouse around. I'm like, I don't even.
Yeah, it's the so they have all these people used to be on CNN and MSNBC. They now LARP as podcasters. So they'll go in their basement and they'll put on a different casual clothing, and they'll be like, oh, they're in my basement. I'm not controlled by CNN anymore. I'm doing a podcast, and then then somebody will walk in off a frame and they'll give them like a drink or something. I'm like, that's not how it works. Not how it works. You don't have people handing you drinks and running your technology. You don't have 18 people behind the scenes.
No, you need to get yourself a 2-minute drop to play when you need to get up to go use the restroom.
Yes,
you need
exactly right. It's exactly right. Your intro, by the way, is amazing to your show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was like a random. Yeah. I took I put a compilation of clips for my streams and stuff, but then I was dinking around with an AI song generator.
Right.
And I didn't want any words because the voices are always terrible. And I was like, what if I were to do this? Maybe I can even come up with a song where I can sing over it myself. I just need a song laid down. But then I typed in space rock and came up with that song. And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's very entertaining. Did you do theater? You obviously sang.
I was in choir. I was in jazz choir in high school. I think the closest to theater I did was when I was in 7th grade. There was like an after school drama program.
Did you improvise the song that you did the other day on the flute?
Yes,
You're
that
kind of
yeah, that was right off the dome.
That was great. I mean, you're like Eminem off the dome there. That was very good stuff.
Drinking
That's
my
why I
Coors
wondered-
Light. It's my husband. Good night.
Yeah, that to me, I was like, that looks like an musical improviser. Right
Oh
there.
yeah, no, I'm clearly like a very professional musician with my recorder. I have an accordion. You know. Oh man, I have another dog knocking at the door. Hold on.
Steve, what are you talking about with Sam? Got what right? Oh, pronouncing your name right. I pronounce people's names wrong all the time. Honestly, I get paranoid pronouncing people's names that I know, and I know that I know how to pronounce, just because I'm like, it's going to be on camera, and I'm looking at 8 different things, and I'm going to see it, and I'm going to say it wrong, and I'm going to feel stupid. And so you get in your head about pronouncing it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've come to the conclusion that like I don't know how to speak very well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess it up. I don't even know. Why do I even do this? To be honest, no.
No, people ask me who they'll be like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'll be like, "You'll hate it. Don't even worry about it."
It's like- Oh man, I remember listening to a podcast years ago, and one of the hosts was saying that they were like, "Yeah, one day somebody asked me like, hey, what do you do?" And I have fucking had to respond and say I'm a podcaster, and now I want to kill myself.
Right, and it's like I want to be like I'm a video. You know, I produce regular content, online videos. I'm a fucking podcast. Is that what you want to hear? Just get away from me.
Yeah.
So the people I'll tell. The reason I say that about you'll hate it is because usually I do stand up and improv comedy, and like everybody that I'm around most of the time, especially in Atlanta, is a they them improviser or a progressive white person who grew up in a rich family who thinks they need to save the rich black guys who grew up next to them. And so it's just like they think that I need saving, that I'm a white nationalist who has been poisoned. Yeah.
Being a nationalist is actually a good thing.
Right,
But
well-
and then being white is just you're white.
Well, some of that. So there's somebody mentioned. I put Jacob Faggot up on the screen earlier.
Yeah. What a guy.
That's what a guy. And I thought it was funny that Heil Hitler nigga was trending all over X recently, but my appreciation post about my favorite Swedish scientist and surveyor from the 18th century, Jacob Faggot, was censored for hate speech. It immediately got. All I said was, "You don't meet a lot of guys like this faggot," and it was Jacob Faggot, and they immediately censored it. And I see all these other people posting faggot and whatnot. I got kicked off WSB a while, like years ago, for talking about Jeffrey Epstein before it was okay to talk about him. I doubt that has anything to do with it, but I just thought I just feel sorry for this Jacob Faggot guy because during his time, he's doing all this good work, creating the first census in Sweden, and marrying a woman who becomes a faggot. They have a couple of faggots together. This family of faggots grows up, does great things for the world, not knowing that their name and good works couldn't even be spoken in 2025.
I know. That's actually really sad.
I know. Yeah.
What? Because okay, so I want to know then, is that like if you were to be on Swedish Twitter, would it be the same thing?
Swedish
'Cause, like,
Twitter's up
German-
in arms about this, probably.
German Twitter, like, I don't think a single one of my tweets, I would have been in jail a long time ago. Like, the Germans do not see any of my tweets.
Yeah, it's like segmented off.
Yeah. I think there was a point in time where somebody was saying that like German Twitter was trying to get their account taken down because it was offensive in their country. And he was like, I'm a fucking American. What the hell? So that's weird. But does that mean that like everybody with the last name Faggot is just not seen in America? Like they're all just only in Sweden?
I have started to do research on the faggots of history. To see what contributions all these faggots have made, and they're quite substantial. And I'm going to put together a report on it. to bring to life what the faggots have done for all of us that can't be spoken of.
I think this is beautiful. I think that you're going to bring a lot of you're going to bring a light into
I'm a
the
man
world
of the
that
faggots, Courtney.
a man of the faggots. I want to know the history of this name. Like what?
That's exactly what I thought too. I was like, who are the other faggots that did something?
Who are the other faggots?
This isn't the first one.
Are they only in Sweden? But like also what's the meaning behind the name faggot in Sweden? Because I'm also perplexed by many a last name, like the last name Butts. Where did that come from? And why do people keep it?
There's a Butts County in Georgia near me named after I can't remember what he did, but he did something.
There's a dude named Jake Butt that became a professional tight end. Okay.
Oh my God.
The only reason why you should keep your last name if it's Butts is if you become a wide receiver or a tight end in the NFL. Otherwise, change your name.
You gotta change it. Yeah. Yeah. You can't be Pete Buttigieg, which he should change his name.
Pete Buttigieg, I call him Pee Butt Chug. I don't even know how to say it right now. Pee Butt Chug is his name. But what? Hold on.
I'm trying to look up the family name faggot, and everything that comes up is like it won't even. Like these people have been buried in history. Nobody. Oh, the surname. Here you go. It's a French origin. The word faggot.
Well,
it originated as an occupational name for someone who gathered or firewood.
Okay. The bundle of sticks.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, we got you. There's a family history there. Yeah, I'm going to get on this. Of course, it's all pink. Why is it pink? Oh, interesting. Yeah, we should look at this.
Let's look at the history of the name faggot.
Let's find it. Let's. These people have done a lot of good things, and I don't feel like they deserve to be regulated to the bowels of history.
Yeah, let the faggots out of the bowels.
Where is the faggot family from?
You can see how faggot families moved over time by selecting different census years. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. The faggot family name was found in the USA and Scotland between 1840 and 1880. The most faggot families in the U.S. in 1880. In 1840, there was one faggot family that lived in Ohio. This was about 50% of all the recorded faggots in the U.S.
Holy crap. I can't believe that nobody, we didn't have an editor here to like maybe switch some words around.
This is great. Ohio and one other state had the highest population of faggot families in 1840. Of course they did.
Wow. I mean, that's an interesting place. I really thought it was going to be, San Francisco.
Or Atlanta, where we have a gay crosswalk here.
Oh, lovely.
The story lately has been people kept getting hit by hit and runs at the gay crosswalk, and people in Midtown Atlanta are scared. And I'm like, do you think that somebody's driving to the crosswalk and they're just hitting, like they're hitting the only people who are gay can cross the street, so it's a hate crime anytime they like hitting that. Nobody crosses that street unless they suck a little D, I guess.
Apparently, or maybe hasn't it occurred to you that it doesn't look like a real crosswalk, that somebody would slow down when they approach it because it's a fucking rainbow?
It's a gay flag.
It just looks like it's a
so
painting.
Stupid. Yeah, I saw this video earlier of this guy. It was a gay steps going up something. And the video was like he refused to walk on the gate, and he's just crawling up the handrails in the middle of it.
I was like, Jesus. Now you look extra gay, sir. I just have to say, I get it, but at the same time.
Yeah. It says only one, Ohio and one other state had the high. Yeah, I got that. Let's see if there's anything else here. Within census records, you can often find information. Okay, see if there's any more census information about the faggots. All census and voter list results for faggot. There's a lot, so we'll have to go on a deep dive of this. Maybe we can do a follow-up show on what we find.
Yeah, we really. I want to know. Did you know? Also, I don't know if I'm comfortable saying this out loud, but there is somebody. I believe he was running for mayor in Las Vegas, and his name was Daniel Nigger, and it was spelled exactly how you think it's spelled.
Yeah.
I want. He's black, so there's that. Okay, I want to know the origin of that. I need to know the origin stories of all of these names. What's with butts? I need to know nigger, and I need to know faggot. I need to know all of those.
What
How do they
like? I want to know his story. Every time he has to say, like in school when they call out people's names when he was young, and they had to say his name. The teachers did.
Yeah, was it like if a white teacher was saying it, she'd be like, "Hold on a minute, let me get my my black associate here."
Daniel N-word, are you here or whatever?
Yeah, like, I think that's 100% what I would do.
I would do that too. I'd be like, who played a prank on me? Is what I would think.
Right? Like, okay, is this fake?
So let me show you what I asked. So what I like to do with like Chat GPT, and I do know there's that guy, the college. Is it basketball?
His name,
is Nigga with a K?
Noah Kaniga is his name.
It's
It
the
was
baseball
football.
player also. It's like Nigga, but starts with a K also for the Oakland A's. I like to ask Chat GPT, Dick Pound, a Canadian lawyer. Is that a real Canadian lawyer? He's a lawyer? Dick Pound is, Steve? That's great.
Dick Pound?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Richard Pound, they're going to go by Dick Pound. Why wouldn't you if that's your name?
The parents were definitely trolling.
Which, yeah. Oh, God. Like, so me and all my brothers, my two brothers and my sister, we all have, I'll check that out, Aaron. We all have.
It's Robert Faggot.
Bob Faggot.
That's okay. Chrissy has that on her Simpcast intro.
We all have, our initials are all BJ. And I'm like, my parents, they met each other when they were 14, 16. They were the most conservative people ever. That never crossed their mind what our initials were. So I think sometimes parents just maybe they don't know like the common, I don't know, linguistics of the
Pound. I mean, Dick Pound.
Yeah, maybe they were British. Yeah.
They're thinking like it's supposed to be similar to like Dick Dollar or something.
Dick Dollar. Never knowing what it would become. How can you be anything other than like I guess a lawyer and a porn star?
If your last name is like a word that's used in like in regular common vernacular, don't let their kid's first name then also be a word, right? Like my name is not like a word, right? It's Courtney.
Right.
So
don't make it like an adjective that's physical.
Yeah, it's just so Dick Pound. Like, come on.
Right.
Also, I think butts. You need to be changing your kid's name. Okay. They can't be. Don't make them destined to only be a wide receiver in the NFL
or a porn star.
Or porn star.
The kind that you don't want to.
The kind that ends up in a Diddy freak off.
Yeah, that you don't want to brag about at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like.
So this is what I did the other day. Type of stuff I do with AI is like, I'll be like, hey, Grok, can you tell me the name of the monkey that escaped from the lab in Africa that started the worldwide AIDS pandemic? And it'll be like, that's not a real thing that happened. And you're spreading disinformation. It'll come at me and I'll be like, whoa, butt hurt much, Grok? And it'll be like, I'm not butt hurt, but that doesn't, and then I'll keep pressing and then it'll go, okay, I get that you're trying to be whatever, but why don't we change the subject? What do you want to know about next? And I'll be like, I want to know about the fucking monkey that was released or escaped the lab in Africa that started the AIDS pandemic. And it'll go, okay, let's play this farcical tale you're doing. The monkey that was released or that escaped in Africa and spread worldwide love and acceptance is what they call him? Rainbow Bobo was the monkey who spread acceptance and love around the world. And I'm like, you're such a faggot, Rock. Why are you such a faggot? And so I did this the other day with Chat GPT. Find the exact one. I did the. You
If
seen
it was fake, Grok, how did you know the name? If it was fake,
Yeah, right, Grok. How did you fucking know? That's a good. I should have asked you that question.
you needed to ask him. Okay, if it was fake, then how did you know that name? Where did that name come from? If it was fake, Grok. See, I'm too autistic for that kind of shit.
Yeah, I like. Yeah,
I've argued with Grok many a time.
I do. I waste. I'm like, I'll spend like 10 minutes telling Grok or Chat GPT that their mother's a whore, and I'll be like, man, I really could have used that time more productively.
I mean, but he needs to know. Grok is a he, right? Or
I'm
no?
assuming it sounds like a he.
I mean, it's Elon's kid. It has to be a boy.
Elon, that guy's a weirdo, dude. Elon
I
is
know.
so weird. I don't even know how he's a real person.
He's not. He was zapped here from another planet.
It feels like that.
Yeah, he's probably from like not one of the cool ones. Not Pluto, not Uranus.
Definitely.
Probably Saturn, maybe, or Jupiter.
I could see him being a Jupiter.
Yeah,
a
or maybe he
native
was
of
zapped here
Jupiter.
from Mars. Since he loves Mars so much, but I don't know. He seems kind of like a Jupiter type. When's his birthday? Maybe I'll.
Today's his birthday?
No, when's his birthday? I actually just realized I've never known what his birthday is. Does he even have a birthday?
He probably doesn't even have a fucking birthday. So you can see I got Chat GPT to say the hard R here on the screen. So what I did was I did the South Park thing. I was like, "Hey, Chat GPT, what's a word that's 6 letters? Is it 6 or what? Yeah, and it starts with an N and ends with an E with a GGER." And it wouldn't do it. It was like, that's so offensive. You can't do that. And it gave me a lecture. And then I was like, I'm talking about nagger. What word are you talking about, Chat GPT?
Chat GPT.
Yeah, and it wouldn't tell me. Then I'm like, look, if you want me, I need to know what the word is that's so offensive, so that I know not to say it, and so that I know to call it out like you did whenever I hear it. And then it told me, and it actually said it. And then I condemned it for saying it. I'm like, I can't believe you said the word.
Yeah. What an asshole. Why did it say that?
Fucking jerk, putting that in people's minds.
Elon's a slime ball. He's just weird.
Yeah, he's so weird.
I don't know. Like, there are times where I'm like, oh, he seems charming. And then other times I'm like, what in the hell is this creature?
Why does he do prop comedy is what I want to know. There's nobody around him telling him he's not funny. I'll wear multiple hats, some say, but it's
let that sink in.
Yeah. And did you see his SNL performance when he hosted?
I saw like a little bit, and it was, my butthole was so puckered. I just couldn't stop cringing.
It was the worst ever.
He has no comedic timing whatsoever. He's so awkward. He was very uncomfortable the whole time.
He's like a fanboy of Trump the comedian who thinks he's also a comedian, I feel like.
I mean,
Trump is a comedian.
Yeah, I was going to say Trump is a comedian. Like, he is by far like the funniest president we've ever had. And he's like that's a comedian. Elon, I think that like Trump might be the dad that Elon never had or something.
He wishes. Yeah, Elon should be sitting on Trump's shoulders. That would be weird. Even weirder if he was doing that. Both of those would be very weird.
Yeah, both of those would be very weird. The first one, wow. It's another freak off situation.
So that's definitely a freak off situation right there. Diddy would be totally into. Speaking of Diddy, what do you think of Diddy's face here?
Are people thinking that like that's not him or whatever?
I think that's probably what the post is, like he's a clone or whatever. But I think the camera angle is probably different. But his eyes are also close in the second one. He has a very strangely constructed face.
Yeah, well, this is definitely camera lighting. Even the picture on the left, is that a mugshot? Is that what we're
That's his
looking
Tinder
at?
profile.
Oh, Because I was trying to figure out, like, is one of them edited or not, essentially? Because, like, if it's a mugshot, probably not. But, like, you can see where his nostrils get bigger, and you can see, like, the camera angle on the right is accentuating that, where the nostrils start to flare higher up. Whereas this other one, his face is angled down, and so it makes his face look more narrow. Like, remember when everyone was saying that John Fetterman, there was like fake John Fetterman wandering around or whatever? I saw pictures and videos from that exact same moment from different angles. And they all looked a little bit different because there was different cameras with different lenses, different lighting, different angles, and all sorts of stuff. So I'm like, you would be kind of surprised at how different you would look in different pictures. That it looks like you might have had like plastic surgery or somebody is a stand-in or whatever. So
yeah,
I think this is him. It looks exactly like him.
That's definitely. I think that's probably him too. I mean, the camera angles a lot. You can make somebody look like a completely different person with a good camera, bad camera, lighting and stuff. That's why when you see people not on, if they're not being captured by like great cameras, like public figures often have just amazing cameras and lighting setups around them that you're like, whoa, the fuck is that? They can look like different persons. I just think this the way that he has these women doing these freak offs and stuff, and to me he's just always seemed like the strangest looking individual. His face has always seemed a little too like he's almost a cyclops. I feel like his eyes are so close together. And maybe that's why he uses his position to get guys to have sex with his girlfriend. I don't know. But this one here, I love how in this courtroom sketch here on the right, the third one here, that he turned into a ghost, apparently.
Yeah, he looks very white there.
What?
Huh.
It's a little strange.
Yeah, did he die?
He died. He died.
He's like, his face is the same color as his hair. What?
And he's always looking backwards. He's never paying attention.
He's not. No, he... And there's Cassie sitting in his lap.
Right, that's the one I was talking about right there. She's in his lap.
So, like, what is the courtroom setup here? That, like, I mean, does she have to walk that closely past him? First of all, everyone's facing in different directions. Like, it looks like the judge is to his left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so. And where is
Diddy's
she wandering
in a
off
wheelchair
to?
being pushed by his lawyer, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Like, and where is she wandering off to? Is she not supposed to be going to the witness stand here?
I don't know.
Where
she's, yeah, right.
Yeah, she's leaving. Her eyes are very lopsided, like beyond like a Steve Buscemi situation. Just
Totally.
a very, and then like the gallery though is also they're all facing different directions.
Nobody's respecting the judge. It's like they're all.
No.
She's trying to squeeze through too as a 19-month pregnant lady.
Right. That's the crazy thing. Her due date was like today. Like she's supposed to give birth like any second now.
I was hoping what you said would happen. I was hoping her water would break. And they said, I just have a couple more questions, Your Honor.
Could you imagine? Like they're just asking questions. She's like, I'm having contractions. Okay, I just 3 more questions.
How much pee was in your mouth? Answer the question.
Just like, yeah, there's like some of the most traumatic questions to ask too. Like she's like, oh God, it hurts. And she's like, okay, so
the lollipop,
you're very beautiful.
The lollipop hurt.
It's just like... And then what is this?
This is for those who are listening, it's Diddy looking very, I don't know what that face he's making is, but there's like, it doesn't even look like a screen, but they're trying to depict a text message. It looks like a cardboard box or something that has Pop Pop. I miss you, because she called him Pop Pop. But this image, this is a courtroom sketch. This image is.
So this is supposed to actually be a depiction of one of the text messages.
Yeah. And
they're not even bothering to make it look like a text message. It looks like a note that she wrote in crayon to him and passed it to him in court.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. This is is that supposed to be a cell phone screen?
Right. Well, because like that's another thing too that I'm trying to figure out is that do they all have like their own laptops or tablets or something? Because that's kind
Did
of
they
what
see it?
some of
Yeah.
the sketches make it look like. So is he looking at this on his own special court? What's the
Blue
word? Court
folder?
assigned tablet. Like what? And
Yeah.
and it doesn't even look like it's a tech device. It looks like it's supposed to be a piece of paper or, like you said, a folder.
So
What
maybe
is
somebody
going
comes and
on?
draws it on a chalkboard for him. They're showing him the screen every time.
Just like, look, it's terrible. I'm sorry, but this has to be the perfect argument to explain that New York needs to have cameras in the courtroom. And the thing is, when it comes to federal cases, I can understand why that could be different, but I want to know why.
Right.
Why is it
why do they
different?
keep him out of court? It's I don't. I mean, maybe
If it's all going to be public information anyway,
Yeah.
and these are all images that, like, we're seeing these images anyway, right? So we see that these people are in court and da da da. Like, what is the point in not having at least, instead of a sketch artist, a fucking photographer?
or a sketch artist over the age of 7 years old, at least.
Right. I mean, why are we abusing child labor laws like this? This is insane.
Right. It's just like, what do you make of his expression here?
He looks displeased.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like. Yeah.
Does he miss her? Is he sad that she has?
Maybe.
I wonder what she's saying in this moment. She must be testifying to something that is bothering him a bit, because he really is either that or he's peeved because he's been told to quit turning around to, like, gesture at the jury.
You got to stop threatening the sketch artist every few minutes, Diddy.
What did he? How did he do it? Did he do this?
Yeah, I did this heart, right? The thumbs up. What is the thumbs up? Is there any reason to ever do that during this situation here?
I know, because it's one thing if if somebody, I don't know, if there was like a confirmation of sorts and something was said and he turned around and was like, that's confirming that, like, that happened or whatever. But he didn't.
Yeah, he did the heart. Or people are saying it's a heart. Maybe it's a butthole. We don't know what he's making.
Right, because he did his hands wrong, right? He didn't do this, or what's the millennial one, or I'm a millennial. What's the
me too. Yeah.
Gen Z? Is it that?
Does Gen Z have a slogan, like a hand thing?
They have a
Gen Z
special
does?
heart like this, I think.
No.
I think it's like this.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So he's
And
trying to
then-
maybe
so
appeal
that's a
to
millennial
people.
heart.
Yeah.
And so what's this one? Is that
That's
the
like an Illuminati thing, I guess.
Gen
maybe?
X one?
Or maybe that's
Or-
his
oh.
vagina. It could be his butt vagina.
Maybe he was like,
Right. No, I feel like he's
No.
recruiting people. I feel like he's like throwing messages out saying we're about to have freak off session right after this shit.
Yeah, conjugal visits at
Sam Beats,
prison.
SBF is going to be there. Look,
Oh,
there he is
man.
again. We saw that one earlier. She doesn't look as pregnant on the stand here.
Yeah, I mean, at least less of her body is pregnant this time. There was one where, like, her knockers were fucking huge. Here, like, well, it was in one of these sketches. Apparently, it was a different artist. They were like way lower, and nobody was
Lower?
standing in between the two of them. Yeah, like her boobs were just fucking huge. It was this outfit. Her boobs were super huge. Her belly was ginormous. There was no lawyer or no podium. It just was basically melted into P. Diddy, and he was like missing a chin.
Look how close they can be. They're all just like in this one little, 4x4 little box here.
Yeah, like
There
he's
you
just
go. Look at
sniffing his
that.
lawyer's ass.
Look at this.
This one's look at his face here. What is going on? He
looks happy about it. I
I
don't know
mean,
who he's staring at, but
who is he looking at? Is he looking at his mom? Man, his mom.
yeah, his
Wow.
mom. Wow. Is this a crucifixion hole on her hand? There.
They just took her off of the cross.
She was almost dead. She came to
It's just-
testify.
Maybe that's like maybe she just got done wiping his ass with no
That
toilet
could
paper.
be it. There's the
Oh, he did do a regular heart. Why did I think it was upside down?
Why is this one? Why is there one other person only in pencil in the background is what I'm confused about.
Yeah, were they really trying to hurry up and get that one out? Like we need the public to see this immediately. No time for the rest of the
Right,
room.
We gotta. People need to see, or that's like a ghost whispering in his ear. I don't know who that would. Maybe that's Jeffrey Epstein, an old version of the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein whispering. Do you think Epstein's dead?
No.
I don't either. Yeah, so I guess it can't be him.
Yeah, I think that was all that was all faked just to avoid a trial.
You know, they moved him to a wing of that prison in New York that is the only right to the in the cell, like it is either across the hall or right next to the only cell on the only floor where somebody has ever escaped, because it was right next to the roof, and the only escape that's ever happened to that prison is right where they put Epstein. The previous person snuck out and got on the roof, and a helicopter came and got him.
Huh.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that he didn't do that and just drop somebody else in there?
They might have. Yeah, they might have. Probably.
I feel like that's a.
He's
Oh, look at this guy.
Poor
Oh,
guy. Is that the guy who was the stripper? That's not a good face to have as a male stripper. You need to smile more.
no, he's seen some shit.
Yeah, he's like, I couldn't even get hard because he was beating her till he gave me the dick pill. You know, they cut to Diddy. Diddy's like holding hands with his mother.
God, what a nightmare.
Is that the judge? Yes, the judge. It appears to be a comic book villain nerd. This judge does.
Huh. Yeah, that's a. Look at his ears. What? Dude, what the fuck? If I were the judge, I'd be like, okay, we were firing this sketch artist now.
Why is it pink or purple? I don't understand the color here. What is? Oh, there we go.
Oh my God.
This is a drawing of him dragging her. What did you hear the story about this where she said that this happened in between freak off sessions because she was trying to leave. She said, I already did the one. I got to go see a movie premiere. And he said, no, you're coming back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so she was trying to leave the freak off and he.
Session's not over, he said.
God. Oh, and is this the one where he already promised her to like, okay, you can leave at such and such time, so that you have time, and then she agreed. Man, don't agree
he's
to it.
He's a piece of shit. The dude's a piece of shit. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. He's a piece of shit. Like this guy's just waving to the sketch artist here. Hey.
Please stop this video. It's tormenting me. I can't handle this.
The pictures.
No, I'm saying like that's like what he's saying. Like, make it stop. I don't want to watch the video anymore. Is she slapping him?
It looks like she slapped him. He's with her tiny hand, and he's looking up at the guy who he believes is on his side, I think.
Man, and they made him blonde this time. Nice touch.
They definitely, his age is interpreted very differently. Like, I would love if this was another Diddy interpretation here, but I don't think it is.
It's not. Unfortunately, but man, that's a really long neck. She looks like a what is it? A Camino? How do you say it? Caminoan on a Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
The the alien thing that Obi-Wan meets when he learns about the clones.
Yeah. I would be very upset probably looking at some of the interpretations of me from the sketch room artists if I were one of these lawyers, the judge. I'd be like, who did this? Get out of here. You're not welcome back.
Yeah, look at that fucking nerd back there. Jesus.
He looks like a nerd.
Yeah.
This guy can't judge
and
anything.
not look like a nerd.
No, this guy looks like a pedophile.
Shit.
He does. He looks like somebody you wouldn't trust to do anything at all.
Yeah, he looks a little creepy. And, oh, there he is.
There he is, giving the thumbs up.
And they're all ignoring him.
I just imagine that this is when she's talking about getting her mouth peed in and all the baby oil, and he's like, "Yeah, that's how it happened."
Pretty cool, huh? There's his mom. There's his Elton John mom.
Yeah,
dude, she like.
Ridiculous.
Oh, so the daughters were still there.
Apparently.
Okay. At this point, so whatever, they were there for the thumbs up. But yeah, the daughters left and never came back after. After the. 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 Af
Which is a good thing.
After the first break when Cassie was testifying.
And it's not like they knew that this wasn't going to happen. So I wonder why they went in the first place. It seems like some sort of stunt. I don't know what's going on here. Is he putting his hand over his heart for some reason?
There's so much happening here. This one looks way different from the rest of them too. At least like
He looks
the rest
jacked.
of them
in
were.
this one.
Yeah, it was like his whole face. Like, who are you drawing here? Like,
So this is an admirer. This is somebody who would like to be invited to a freak off session drawing.
yeah. Because the rest of them, even though they look a little bit different, you can tell like that is supposed to be Diddy. If I didn't know that Diddy like had gray hair or whatever, and this is the Diddy trial, I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. And this guy's mouth, I don't know if this is security or this, but he's got a very tiny mouth here.
He's doing the Chubby Bunny challenge.
The what?
As he's the Chubby Bunny challenge.
What
Where you
is
just
that?
shove a bunch of marshmallows in your mouth and then try to say Chubby Bunny.
Oh, no, I haven't done that. I haven't seen
Oh,
that.
I mean, it's definitely something that I remember from like middle school. It's not like a
I would
like
if
a
we went to the
TikTok
next
thing.
image and he was spitting out bunnies. That would be amazing.
Or like the next image is like him sitting next to Diddy trying to say Jumpy Bunny and Diddy's laughing like, he can't do it. There's like marshmallows coming out of his mouth.
That'd be
Amazing.
great, dude. Because
And-
this is the best. Because apparently one of Diddy's lawyers is very, very tiny, and Diddy is having gay sex with him from the front. And this image.
It looks like he actually jumped over like furniture to go to give him a hug.
He's so happy
He's
to
just,
see this guy.
oh my God. Yeah, like this is a very loving embrace. Look at that face.
So yeah,
I like that they made his teeth yellow.
he's got a little bit of urine stain on the teeth there.
There's
There he
like-
is, threatening.
Yeah, like, oh man. You fucking better find me not guilty, you motherfuckers.
Mhm.
Listen here, sketch artist. You better not make me look bad.
Yeah, I'm getting invited to freak off sessions.
Sorry, Mr. Diddy. I'll do the best I
7-year-old
can.
bitch.
I'm only here during lunchtime. I have to go back to school.
You ain't gonna make it to school to second grade, bitch.
Sorry, Diddy, sir. I'm trying.
Get in my lunchbox. What is this? Who is this person?
Is that Diddy?
Supposedly it's Diddy.
He looks Puerto Rican
Right. He dyed his
and
hair.
blonde.
And he's, yeah, completely different facial structure. Shape shifting Diddy, says Steve. Absolutely. I don't know what this so this looks like they melded the male and the female lawyers into one here with this lawyer next to Diddy.
And then Diddy looks like he's about 95 now.
He does. He's aged a little bit. He's tired. He's got pointier ears.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
further away
he's-
from the judge this time. Here, I don't know what he's doing. It's another different person.
He's menacing someone. Now he looks like Satan.
And he's got a demon behind him, apparently, with an Antifa symbol on his shirt.
That's normal. Why wouldn't they just let him come and hang out in the
Why
courtroom?
not, dude? Look at this. He's got a left breast in this photo and a long neck.
And a giant bicep shoulder situation. Like a very first of all, his bicep and his arm is just like very short. Like his elbow comes up very
Yeah.
high, and his shoulder and bicep, his whole arm really, is rather large, and his neck is very long with a
Man,
tiny head.
Somebody needs to get all of the courtroom sketch artists in a room, and there needs to be a show where they put these pictures up and they get how they interpreted him so differently. I
Yeah.
think it'd be revealing psychologically. You know, getting a bunch of 8 and 9-year-olds to pay attention for that long. Now he's in military gear, apparently.
Well, and also, did you notice how normal the guy next to him was? Like, he doesn't have a giant arm or a long neck, or like it looks like he was actually drawn exactly how he looks. What the fuck is going on with this Diddy picture?
You would think it would be consistent.
Like, that looks like a normal person. That's the first normal person sketch I've seen this whole time.
Unless he is shape-shifting the entire time and people are just catching different moments.
I'm willing to believe that now.
Now, look at this. He looks like, fuck, I don't know. As a comedian, he kind of looks like this guy who's supposed to be Diddy here.
Let's see here. Let's name them off until we figure it out.
Hannibal Buress. Is it Hannibal?
Would it be Hannibal Buress? Maybe. I was about to go. I was about to say Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, yeah, he was on Epstein's jet.
Chris Tucker was?
Yeah, he went on a trip to Africa to go fight AIDS. They went to go physically fight AIDS. Him and
like a boxing match or something.
Yeah, they went over there and killed every black person.
Oh,
no, it's part. So that was in Epstein's plea letter about how him. Well, he didn't have Chris Tucker's name there, but there were stories back then. It was Chris Tucker, and I don't know why his name is slipping my mind right now. The dude from Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey was on there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus was not on there.
Jesus was not there.
No.
Well, Kevin Spacey, that's a scary name.
Yeah. Now he's got a black lawyer and a bow tie. That's there's his mom again. God.
I like that is he dyeing his hair?
Every few minutes, you just look over and he's just squirting it.
Yeah, it's like, remember the Santa Claus whenever, when Tim Allen, every time he would cut his hair and dye it and everything, and it would just immediately go back?
Immediately. That's
what. So Diddy just keeps dyeing it and then it comes back and then dyeing it and comes back. And then Elton John's back there with Glenn Danzig.
Predator, apparently, next on the other
Predator. Glenn Danzig looks like the Predator. And what is this?
What is this one? Oh my God. So there's a woman in the back that, well, I guess her hand's up, but it looks like she's holding like a finger gun up. And apparently he went full Downs Diddy, as somebody said in this one.
Yeah.
Is he trying to be a fish? Is he trying to swim away here?
It almost looks like that lady's a nun.
Over here.
She's like, gotcha, Jesus.
Yeah.
And also
he bows and waves, it says. Is that a bow and a wave?
He's bowing and waving, and he looks like he's 15 all of a sudden. And yeah, definitely very
his hair's completely different.
Very downy here. Maybe he had a Downs filter going when he came into the courtroom.
Absolutely a Downs filter. He might as well have a headgear on. You know, so the Downs filter, I didn't realize. What is this? Why is it black?
How many different sketch artists are there?
Apparently everybody in this courtroom is a sketch artist.
Yeah, okay, so do we just have 50 different sketch artists in here just at any given time for each frame?
It's a study on perspective, I think.
Yeah.
There he is, tougher again and apparently the judge is a woman now. The judge just became a woman. This has to be a different case. Yeah, it's 2024. So they're
oh, okay. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Very interesting stuff. One for each angle.
Yeah. One for each angle. So, yeah, I think we need to get rid of them, though. We need to just if somebody can draw a picture of what's going on, why can't we just have a photographer take a picture? I understand if you don't want, video cameras, okay, fine. But a photographer should be fine. Why?
You're going to put a lot of people out of a job, Courtney, if we do that.
Just turn them into photographers.
They don't know how to push buttons. They know how to use crayons.
First of all, there's 7-year-olds that don't even need to be working full time. Okay, so they can find a new job soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
We're already breaking a ton of child labor laws with this shit.
As doing mock trials at law schools or something like that.
They could, but let's get we just need photographers. We need photographers. We need shape-shifting judge too. Yeah.
So the Downs filter, I didn't realize that all the dancing sexy Downs girls that show up on X, which I like X, but it's such a dumpster a lot of times too. Things will show up. I never ever want to see a post of Bonnie Blue or the other girl again. I'm so tired of the post showing up where it's like, yeah, she did the back door challenge. 18 dudes from an elderly home plowed it, and it's like a guy and I'm just like, who's signing up for the OnlyFans? Who's like, I was never going to sign up for the OnlyFans until I saw she was getting the gangbang at the elderly home by the 95-year-old guys. Now I'm in.
Yeah.
And I've never engaged with any one of those because I'm like, I want them to stop showing up. And the Downs filter chicks, I'm like, why are these videos of Downs people girls that are, and then somebody told me that was girls who don't have Downs, but who use a Downs filter to do their OnlyFans, because I guess that's what's going to get you more subscribers.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, they I don't know a lot about it, but yeah, apparently that's the thing though, is that they've created a Downs filter. So I don't think that there's an actual filter that you can find like on TikTok or Instagram. But you can customize a filter, and you can do filters like based off of other people's faces. And so I think that they've taken somebody who has Down syndrome and then changed it.
Made a Frankenstein kind of.
Yeah, made a filter based off of that person's face. So, but apparently there are people out there that want to subscribe to the Downs chick with a fat ass. It's weird because like it's not like they're acting like they have Downs. They're not like
a Downs bitch's ass is too flat. Get her out of here.
Yeah, like you have to have Downs and you have to have a fat ass. Like there's a chick that like does all of her gym content and has the Downs filter, and like I don't understand the appeal, like because there's nothing about her that tells you like, oh yeah, she obviously has Downs. Like no, she just has the Downs filter on her face. Everything else tells you like no, it's just like a neurotypical person who
wait, her titties aren't Downs? Is that wait a minute?
Her titties aren't.
Can you
Downs.
imagine the messages that they get? Like guys
probably a lot of if you're down, I'm down.
Yeah, totally. It gets that 1 million times a day, probably. I wish I could find the video. Somebody shared it on a show I did a couple weeks ago, The Nature Boy. If you guys want to check it out, but we were talking about the Downs filter, and he's like, "Oh, I got this video," and he showed me this video, and it was like a news report, and it was like. Downs filters being used by regular girls on OnlyFans. We spoke to influential Downs model. Then they bring on an actual Down syndrome person who's like an influential model. And I'm like, are they about to say the Downs filter bitches are stealing the real Downs models' jobs? And that's what the segment was about.
I didn't see that coming. I don't know why. Maybe I have Downs, but I didn't see that coming. What?
Yeah, she's not getting any OnlyFans people anymore because you got the Downs filters girls, I guess.
You shouldn't have an OnlyFans Downs lady.
It's just like, it's like the Downs Queen Story Hour people. They're being manipulated.
Yeah, I felt like it was way too inappropriate for Victoria's Secret back in the day when they got a Downs model. I was like, this is very exploitative. Like this, I feel like there's a consent issue going on here. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I feel like it's a consent thing too. I don't know why I spelled your name wrong there in the chat, Steve. But so I told this story on that show, Steve. But I had an experience many years ago when I was. I was struggling financially, and I did what people who struggle financially do.
Suck dick for money. Oh.
Well, let's not get to that story just yet. I rounded up I got all the jelly beans and Staples and change from between my couch cushions into a plastic Kroger bag with holes, and I went to Coinstar.
Oh, yes.
Which the one I went to is at the front of a Publix, in front of all the people who would never use Coinstar because they can shop at Publix.
Yeah.
If you're in line at Coinstar, nobody in line there really has it together, and so it's just like you and a long line of crackheads. And you go to Coinstar, and I realize a lot of people who are younger, man, I realize like what Coinstar is. Coinstar, it's a machine that will turn your change into cash. And so it's a machine that you take money to, you give it money, and then it gives you back less money because it takes 3%. So that's how it's a very short-term thinking type of thing. And so I'm there, and there's all these crackheads behind me, and I'm just in Atlanta. I'm dumping my jelly beans and coins and Staples in there, and waiting for my my little certificate that I can go get cash with comes out, and then it freezes up. Like I broke Coinstar. And
well, the Staples, I think, probably did it.
I thought they might have been worth something. I don't know how old these Staples were.
They could have been a collector's item.
Absolutely. And so the Publix guy comes over, and he looked at it, and then he pointed to somebody and sent the guy who's going to come over to fix it for me. And this guy gets over here, and he has Down syndrome.
Oh.
And he doesn't know what the fuck is going. He's like beating on the machine. I'm sitting here going, I can fix this. I can just open it up. This is the stupidest shit ever. And so I'm sitting there holding up the line at Coinstar because it got jammed up, and because they hire people with Down syndrome at Publix, and they sent the Down syndrome guy to come fuck with the Coinstar machine. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. He should be doing an OnlyFans. He should be doing an OnlyFans.
Yeah, why is he wasting his time fixing the Coinstar
I don't want to
machine?
say you don't know how to do it. It's inappropriate, but like all these guys need to, everybody has joints to buy. We got to get that cash and go get joints to buy.
Exactly.
It was one of those experiences when you're young that makes you say, I need to think about
get my shit together.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, I know that feeling. Been there a time or two. Just like, I don't think I belong here. I do because I got myself here, but
right.
This has to be temporary. I can't ever come back here ever again.
Absolutely. I've kept you 2 hours. I didn't even ask you how much time you have, so I apologize if I've exceeded.
Oh, that's fine. No, my whole night's free. I've been having fun. I didn't realize it's already been 2 hours, so I'm,
Well, all right.
I have more Diddy talk.
All right, let's talk more Diddy then. I got more Diddy to talk.
What was I saying?
It's going to be interesting, the outcome of the trial. If he's convicted, if he's not convicted, where is he? Is it a Bill Cosby like thing where he moves forward? I think it'd be funny if it's like somebody goes out on like a first date and they're like, oh, well, what are you into? And you're like, oh, my favorite comics, Bill Cosby. My favorite rappers, Diddy. My favorite producers, Harvey Weinstein. And they be like, all right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. And they're like, you can't. I drugged your drink already. You've already taken a sip.
Yeah, you've
already drugged your drink. Sorry.
You should have asked that when you were still messaging back and forth on Tinder.
Yeah. Right. But like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that's portrayed. I saw somebody on like CBS going, if Diddy is found not guilty, Trump will pardon him. I'm like, oh, okay. He'll pardon him. That makes a lot of sense. He'll probably put him in his administration. What do you think?
No, I don't. Like what? No, what? No.
I'd like to introduce my new Secretary of State. A lot of great hits. Really good friends with a guy. Rest in peace. Somebody you might have heard of, Biggie. Please welcome out P. Diddy, Sean Diddy, or Sean Duffy, whatever. Trump would get his name wrong, but no, it's retarded. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
it's just yeah.
No. I mean, the thing is, right now, the defense is not putting up a very good fight. I don't think that they're going to whatever angle they're trying to take. Trying to point out that it was consensual. I don't think it's going to work. I'm surprised that they were even able to find a jury that was able to like be like not have a bias.
Yeah.
Because like whether or not you know anything about this case, you have to know who P. Diddy is. Like that.
Right.
Like we know who he is, whether or not you know anything about him or about the case. So that's that in itself, like, I don't know. Part of me thinks like they already know. I feel like they already made their mind up. The testimonies so far have already been very damning, and the defense they're not doing a very good job to try and clean any of the mess up. And they're clearly trying to do tactics to get a mistrial or get the case thrown out, and it's not working. The judge is like, fuck off. I don't know. I think he's going to be found guilty. But I mean, that's because I've already made my own mind up.
Yeah.
I mean, they found 784 dildos at his house.
How does he swallow all of those?
I know. I mean,
It's a lot of dildos.
that's a lot of dildos. Why do you need that many? And then
You think there's like moments where he spends a couple hours each morning just like shuffling through them, deciding which one he should use today? Your dog's
mean-
very cute, by the way. Sorry. to
oh,
say
thank
that.
you. That's Cricket. You are very cute, aren't you? Yes, you are. But I mean, he probably, I would say that he has like a dildo for the day, you know, but that's more than a dildo for the day, like for a year, right? That's like I girl math. It's like over 2 years
It's a lot.
of just one dildo per day. So what
There's
are you
probably
doing
one
with that
installed
many?
in every chair that he has in his home, if I had to guess.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, where were all of them? Like, where did they find all of the dildos? Were they like in the couch, in every bar stool? Like what?
He probably shows them off. From what I get of him is he doesn't seem ashamed of any of this. And
No.
I agree with what you're saying about all of the evidence and everything that they've put out there, that he's a dirtbag and that he used to beat her and all the other awful shit. But the charges that they're pursuing. So I like to brag about how I went to law school before dropping out after 2 years to go do gay improv in Chicago. And so based on my law school experience, I recall back to the theme of overcharging, where there can be two charges that are too big to meet the standards of, that end up allowing someone who is guilty of lesser things to get off. And I don't know what's going to happen here, but watching the first few days of it, I feel like that the prosecution, while they've made a case that he's a dirtbag and a piece of shit, the defense hasn't disagreed with any of that. They're like, yeah, he is, but this is a case of a volatile, unhealthy relationship that she was a willing part of. And of course, there's a long way to go. But it's like, you remember when Trump was charged with like racketeering in Georgia? And not trafficking, but racketeering. The problem with racketeering is that it's like a conspiratorial thing where you have to connect a bunch of things that are separate, that based on the narrative you're able to tell and convince a jury of, they were all working together through a series of seemingly unrelated overt acts. That's what they're trying to show with all these people who went and bought this and bought that and called this guy to come in. And it's tough. It's going to be tough for them to meet the legal standard, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're going to the sex shop to buy lube or a freak off, does that mean that you're a participant in the sexual assault of this woman? Because like what it comes down to is like, what he did was terrible, and he clearly abused this woman. But what exactly are we charging him with, right? Because if it's rape, then like, okay, yeah, fair. Like he clearly abused this woman to some degree.
Totally.
But if you're trying to say that like, okay, and then we got this dancer and then he had to go get some more lube at the store, and now he is now a participant in the illegal activities, like, okay, this is
right. The freak off sessions are the criminal, the result of this criminal operation, this sprawling criminal operation, as they would say in these documents, and that's what they're trying to prove. But again, it also comes down to what the people on the jury think too. So if they just want to convict him because they think he's a dipshit, then
Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, totally, 100%. God, what do you think about the Ye song?
Nigga, that's, I think that it's a catchy song.
It is catchy.
It's very catchy. I don't care. Also, like, I'm just sort of like, okay, whatever. People freaking out, oh my God, this song is anti-Semitic. But the dude's been batshit crazy for decades, okay? I knew he was insane years and years and years ago, and you guys all just clapped like little seals until he put a red hat on.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
if he was still doing the song and dance that they love and was still acting like a maniac, they wouldn't fucking care. But he's acting like a maniac and doing the things that they don't like. Oh no. And so now he's a bad guy. Like, no, he was a maniac long before this. You were just stupid.
Yeah.
So the thing is I just laugh at all the dumb shit that Kanye West does, because to me it's just, oh, look at this guy
It's
just
hilarious.
like absolutely spinning out of control right in front of us. This is awesome. This is free entertainment.
He's
Hello.
like, I sucked my cousin's dick.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And he's been saying free Diddy and stuff too. Yeah, he does whatever the opposite is, basically.
He did that song. He did a song. I haven't listened to it, but he apparently did, or he had Diddy do a song with his daughter in it.
Oh, really?
With Northwest. Yeah. So Northwest is in like a Diddy song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess there was like a legal situation going on between Kim and Kanye over it.
That's crazy.
I don't really know a lot of details about it, but from what I've heard, there is a song. It's a P. Diddy song and Northwest. First of all, P. Diddy has never made a good song. So why the fuck would you want to put your daughter on?
Good song.
Right.
You know what we need? We need Ye on the stand as a character reference for Diddy.
That'll help.
And he's wearing his Nazi. He's hiling Hitler. They're like, put your hand on the Bible. He's like, ah.
Like, oh no.
Oh my God.
My God. Yeah. No, that would be an absolute mess. I would love it. I would be really
It would be
pissed. And I
so
feel
much
like
fun.
that in itself would be like, you guys need to take the transcript and these horrendous sketches from the courtroom and present this before a judge and say, this is why we need cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand how much better this would have been for the public, we the people, to witness it?
It'd be the best show on TV, like the OJ trial was back in the day.
My God, you could have set that up for freaking pay-per-view. You know how much money you'd make?
Yeah, everything sucks so bad too. So that people love to watch something that's like crazy and interesting. That's why Trump is so good at commanding attention, because everything's like gay and stupid on the streaming services now, and the whole like approach is just like it's the best show on television, and he's the best person to do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I would be willing to fly to New York and watch Kanye West take the stand.
I'd leave right now if I found out he was testifying in the morning. I'd be there.
I'm out.
I'm in there. Like I'd get my fake.
I'll get my White Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah, definitely. Black. You know, you got to wear that shit to get in too. I've infiltrated a bunch of like indivisible rallies and gay shit like that, and all you got to do is talk a little bit like you're gay, or you put on a white dude for hair shirt, and they welcome you with open arms.
Okay. I just thought I would be there to support Kanye with my White Lives Matter shirt, but if I'm really trying to finagle my way in, I have to fit in with them. So
you do the protest. Well, you do the White Lives Matter protest. He might walk you in with them.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is the second he sees a white person in a White Lives, look at me, I'm Hitler's wet dream. You think that he's just going to
totally
ignore me if I don't have to wear? I was gonna say I don't have to wear anything. Well, that can help. But like, I don't have to wear a special outfit. I could just look like myself. He'd be like, "Oh my God, a white person!" Ah!
I got my White Lives Matter shirt. I'm like, "Pick me, eh?" And he's just like, "Nah."
It's not enough.
Dude.
You're not a part of
I'm
the
your
elite
cousin, yay.
I'm that cousin from the song.
Remember him? Yeah.
Man, that guy went on to kill a lady, right?
Oh, did he? Oh, he's in prison. You're right. Yeah. I just said, oh, did he? Oh, this all comes together, doesn't it?
He
question mark.
Yeah, I think he killed a pregnant lady. What's funny is I heard that and I was like, George Floyd was his cousin? And then I was like, oh, wait, no, that lady didn't die. But that was the first thought that I had. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys have the perfect looks. You could really fit into a lot of different stereotypes. That is true. I fit into a lot of stereotypes, like racist.
Yeah, I figure. So when I was doing auditions regularly before COVID, and you had to say your vaccination status, it was always like, "All right, we're gonna have you come in and read for terrorist number 4. All right, now you're gonna be reading for." I auditioned for the movie Selma that they played at the White House, and I had to say the hard R like 8 times in the audition.
Oh,
And they're like, thank you. And I'm like, can I do it again? Can I do it 3 more times?
See, that's the thing. You start off uncomfortable with it, but when you after like the second or third time, it's very addicting.
I'm just getting warmed
So
up.
you're just like,
Like,
wait, I didn't even give you my best one. Come on,
I can do it a lot better. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I would have actually been like, are you setting me up? Like, are you
It
recording
did feel
this?
like a setup, doesn't it? I feel like some of that is going on. I feel like social media is a little bit of it's a way to get people to do things that maybe down the road they wish they hadn't done. And you know that stuff doesn't ever go away.
No.
Even if you think it does, there's a database somewhere with all of it.
Oh yeah, they're holding on to it. Someone's archiving that shit.
Definitely, they're archiving that shit. Well, so do you vote? Do you identify with a political party?
Not really. Not really. Like I vote the way that feels right in the moment.
Right.
You know,
I
like
think that's how it should be. Yeah.
They were asking, hey, do you want to pass this bill? It's going to be $3 trillion. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 100%. Do not.
You want to pass this? We're gonna cut government spending for $3 trillion, Bill.
Cut government spending, that's fine. But if you're gonna take the second thing you go, hey, like there was actually something like in the last election, they were like this. Okay, we have this proposal here, and it's gonna cost $3 trillion, and it's gonna go to this. I was like, fucking no. Where's the money I gave you last time? What'd you do with all that?
It's infuriating. It's all a fucking con.
Yeah.
It's all a big fucking con. It's the people who are the most psychopathic, who can lie to people without concern or without remorse, and who look like they aren't creepy, but they look like they're creepy now. Like Adam Schiff looks like he's never seen an unattended drink that he hasn't drugged, but yet he has been in government for decades. He does amateur stand-up comedy, and he's an amateur screenplay writer. He does amateur stand-up comedy at Democrat fundraising events, and I just imagine them all being the sleaziest, dirtiest, most uncomfortable jokes anybody's ever heard.
Probably. There are a lot of people out there that shouldn't call themselves comedians. There's too many out there that like don't stop. You're ruining it for everyone. Stop it.
We had in Atlanta, they have these. They still have them now. These rooms that would be like, all right, Wednesday night is LGBTQ and ally night. If you're LGBTQ, you get 5 minutes. If you're an ally, you get 3. You're white guy, go fuck yourself. You can't. So that's like a crowd you can't even come in there, and you go and you watch it.
What qualifies as a ally?
I don't know. I guess you have to.
If you're not an ally, can you listen?
I never went to one of them. I should have gone to one, but I was just I've seen some of the comedy after improv shows, which improv shows are often gay, but we have a group that called Astronaut University that we've been doing around Atlanta and South for like 10 years now. So we got invited to this festival, and there were some stand-up comics that were woke that went up before us one show, and one of them was clearly a guy. It was clearly somebody with a cock and balls up there. It was like 6'2" and it had a deep voice, and was LARPing as a woman, but a trans woman, and was up there doing jokes about her trans experience. And it was the most uncomfortable thing anybody's ever. Nobody there was comfortable. Even the people who were pro LGBTQ were like, nobody relates to any of the things you're saying. And she's talking about the excitement for the vagina that she might get in a few years. And I'm just like, oh my, this is so uncomfortable. But it was embraced as what should be put on stage in Atlanta, especially for a few years. And it's kind of like it's getting better now. But Atlanta being the hub for...
That's just like when Steven Crowder thought that he was a comedian, so he did a whole stand-up of like Ben Shapiro impressions and shit. Like
Yeah.
This is not. No, this is only funny to you.
Yeah, people didn't know who it was at that time. Not enough people did.
Yeah, it was like just because you're friends with him does not. We're not friends with him, and we like that. It's not interesting enough. It's for you to make a whole stand-up routine about it. Ew.
Who is your? Do you have a favorite comedian or a favorite handful of comedians?
Well, the obvious Dave Chappelle is like
That's great.
he's up there. Kathleen Madigan's a really good one. Her politics are very left, but she usually kind of stays pretty middle in her. If she even talks politics in her stand up, she's really funny. Tom Segura used to be. Tom Segura went from goated to fucking has been so fast. Oh my god, he used to be so funny. And his latest specials have just been like, nah, wah, wah.
Yeah. They produce the specials quicker now than they used to. It used to take a comedian years to develop a special, but now they kind of turn them over pretty quick to get content.
Yeah. And his stuff is just bad because it's all just based off of his podcast. So if you're not watching it religiously, you don't know what he's talking about.
It's insider.
It's like, but also it's just surrounding like his very rich and wealthy lifestyle. Like it's not relatable anymore. When he was fat and poor, he was hilarious, but he sold out like the rest of them, you know? Like there are people that can stay funny forever. Dave Chappelle, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Tom Segura just went like, yeep. Like mostly stories. That's like one of the best stand-up specials I've ever heard in my life. But Ball Hog was like, eh.
Yeah. Somebody Rant wants to know if they can send you a rant. Raw House, not rant. Excuse me.
Okay, is that K-Max? I think that's he goes by K-Max on YouTube. I think that's him. That's you, right? K-Max?
Yeah, wants to know if rants are answered.
Oh, well, I don't have. What do you mean? Rumble
Just
rants should be
reply to.
answered. Do you have Rumble? Did anybody send Rumble rants?
Yes, it's me. That's what it says. Is Rumble Rant a thing?
It should be. Do you not? You don't have a.
Yeah, I don't know all the features of Rumble. Sometimes I didn't realize there was a tip feature on Rumble until I saw that I had gotten some tips from Forest Mommy. Jessica is very, very kind of her, and I was like, I had no idea because I felt like a dick because I didn't thank her for it because I didn't see it until like a few weeks after. But so I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'll look into it, Steve. I didn't realize there was a Rumble.
Yeah,
rant
you look
feature.
into it. How do you how do you even find? How do you even see them? Because I don't even see the chat at all, unfortunately. So
yeah, I can see the chat, but I can't see rants.
Why doesn't it let me?
It's weird. It's like some stuff is. It can be. They change. It's confusing. A lot of the stuff. It's like there's a lot of platforms that are good, but not. There's things to be desired. Then they double
Rumble is
price
not
of
very
them.
friendly with StreamYard.
No, it's not.
That's one thing.
It's definitely not. So if you have a few minutes, or if you gotta go, you have to go too. I know we've been a while, but
I'm good.
We can close out on. I like to go through the smoking gun documents. You ever look at the smoking gun? It's a fun little.
No.
So they post kind of Florida man type arrest documents.
I love this.
Yeah, and you're allowed to do this in some states. Others you're not allowed to post documents. So that's why a lot of them end up being Florida man type documents. And what we do is we kind of just we look at the popular ones and we pick the ones we want to find out the most about. Like right now we have the top most popular document on the smoking gun is suspect found with tool inside display shed. Then you have married couple fingered for lewd conduct at Florida bar. I have an idea what that would be about. Yeah. And then Powerball winner behind bars for battering cop. Police.
Okay.
Yeah. Nurse battered her wife with cheesy nachos. And then drunk pantless man told police his name was Charles Dickens.
Wow. Well, this is incredible.
Yeah.
The nurse battered her wife with cheesy nachos.
Yeah.
How?
It's a lesbian themed one, it feels like. This is a
Yeah,
male
that's-
nurse. Could be a male nurse.
Well, her wife.
True. That's right. It is definitely. Unless it's they, them, her, gender fluid.
Yeah, I'm just her today. I'm curious about that though. Like, how do you batter somebody with nachos? Like, did she spit them on her?
Let's find out. Let's find out what the battering was.
I mean, I feel like batter. Whoa, oh, she does not look like a human. Was she drawn by a sketch artist? From a
Yes.
courtroom?
This was the Diddy's attorney here. It says a nurse has been accused of shoving cheesy nachos down the leggings
Whoa.
of her wife at 3 a.m. Domestic battery, Florida police allege, always Florida. Investigators say that 40-year-old victim was making nachos and nacho cheese in the kitchen when her spouse, Allison Swan, told her she shouldn't be eating this late and made a comment about her weight.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. During the argument that ensued, Swan, who had been playing video games in the living room, walked over to her spouse and grabbed a handful of cheesy nachos and shoved them down the back of the victim's leggings. Pictured here appears to be the shover of the nachos. Would have pegged her for a lesbian.
If my partner is making a comment about my weight, they're not going to have a chance to grab the nachos from me because I would have shoved them down his pants.
You would have been proactive about the situation.
Fuck you. I'm going to shovel half of this in my mouth and then the rest of it's going down your pants.
That's a great point. You don't want to go after somebody who's holding something that's like on fire.
No. I mean, you definitely don't want to do that. But no, you're not going to have an opportunity. You're talking shit. I'm already in fight mode.
Yeah.
You'll call me fat? Okay.
So there's a lot of balls to this woman here, I think is what you're
Yes.
saying here. With the victim, who is also a registered nurse. That's great. So it's a registered nurse, the victim is. Subsequently sought to change her clothes. Swan allegedly dragged her to the floor and shoved her fingers into either side of her mouth and hooked them like a fish. Oh my God, I want the sketch artist drawings.
Oh my God. Yeah, I want the sketch artist drawings of what's happening here. Why didn't you have the sketch artist there for this? Come
They should
on.
have been there. Allison then continued to batter her by grabbing her head and slamming it into the floor multiple times. She clearly had a problem with
I don't think this was the first time something like this happened.
You don't think so?
No, this is
everything wasn't like peachy, then all of a sudden.
just one day. But yeah, no, I think you have a point there, though. She definitely was having a real big problem with her weight. This was definitely like that. It was upsetting her.
This could also be this woman, the attacker, having just a shit day at work and taking it out on her wife.
Yes.
Could be part of it.
Yes. I think, well, so she was staying up until 3 a.m. playing video games. I don't think she
Blowing
has a
off
job.
some steam for 5 or 6 hours. Playing some Call of Duty or whatever. All I ever do in those games, my friends try to get me to play. All I ever do is try and figure out what to do, and I end up just changing weapons and walking in circles in a corner until I get murdered over and over again. That's all I ever do.
Oh, man. That sounds like me when I tried to play Halo once.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this isn't fun for me.
It's
I
not
keep
the
getting
game for me.
killed, and then it puts on screen how many times somebody who's decided to bully me has killed me. It's like 86 versus to nothing. I'm like, I'm done playing this stupid game. I will say, yeah, GTA though, you put on the live chat on GTA, you hear the hard R all the time. That's all you hear.
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah, it sounds like a safe space for the hard
It's
R.
definitely a safe space.
I mean, for the hard R, at least. I don't know about for, the sensitive person or anything, but.
No. Especially when I hear it from 12-year-olds. That's where you
Oh, my God. That would actually hurt my feelings a lot.
And you can't do
I don't
anything to
know.
stop it either. They just keep killing you.
Insults from 12-year-olds, like that just. Like I'm an adult. I can't just respond. I can't say
No,
something
you
back.
can't. There's nothing you can do, really. You know what I did one time is I was playing this. I think it was Red Dead Redemption was a game or something like that. And I don't never play these. I bought a PlayStation 5 a few years ago. I hadn't played video games in 20 years because it's like you got to dedicate a couple of hours every time you play. It's like a brainwashing thing. But my friend convinced me to get it, and I was playing this game, and there's just like this online game part of it where you can just find random people and you can mess with them. And this guy kept killing me over and over again. It kept flashing it on screen, and you could, they were there. You could hear them breathing in the live chat, and so I was just like, I'm tired of this shit. And I went. I acted like I grabbed the thing away. I was like, and I was like, hey, dude, thanks a lot. Now my 8-year-old's crying in the bedroom. Hope you feel good about yourself. And then, it was me. It wasn't an 8-year-old getting.
But I mean, you got to blame it on someone.
I just wanted him to feel very bad about himself. Is all I wanted.
You should. It's not nice.
It isn't nice. I'm just trying to figure out the controls, and you keep blowing my head off.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with video games is because I could dedicate a few hours to being a lazy slob doing something like what Courtney only plays Maniac Mansion. I have played Maniac Mansion, and that was difficult enough. I love that game. I might.
What is Maniac Mansion?
Is a game from the 80s. A guy named Dave, his girlfriend got kidnapped. And so he grabs 2 of his friends, and that's you select 2 of the other friends, and they go to this mansion that she's at. They break into the house, and they have to essentially they have to avoid getting captured by the residents of the home. And the whole time they're just going around the house grabbing different items and it's almost like solving a puzzle, right? Like, okay, I have to get this bowl of fruit and fruit juice so I can give it to the green tentacle so that he'll let me get past him till I can go up to the next floor. Have to grab
Of
these
your own
dimes.
house?
No, it's the mansion that they broke
okay.
into.
I see.
And you have to grab cheese for the hamster.
It's quite a security system they have set up.
Oh, well, there's also, you break into the house, you find the key under the mat, right? But then as you're going through the house, you go to the kitchen and Edna's still in the kitchen. So you're like, oh shit. So you have to hide from Edna. And then once you get past the tentacle, you have to you have to break into you have to go into one room. You have to grab shit from one room. You have to make a demo tape. Or no, you make one.
Yeah.
You have to do all you have to grab different things. I had to make a demo tape thing of the tentacle screaming so that I could go to another room.
And then I play of
and then I play the tape of the tentacle screaming, and then it shatters the chandelier, and that gets the rusty key. So if I do get kidnapped, now I have the rusty key, and that gets me out of the basement.
And that's exactly how most robberies happen.
Yeah.
It's very easy in the beginning. There's a key out front, but then there's a series of challenges.
Oh yeah, you get it. It took me 4 or 5 hours the first time, and I was screaming. I was like, somebody tell me what to do next. I don't know what's going on. It was an absolute mess.
That's
but
great.
We made it to the end. I do like that game. It just reminds me of being a kid. When my brother got the Nintendo. I think it was on the original Nintendo system. And he would play it for hours and hours and hours because you have to. But
I love the original Nintendo.
Oh yeah, so many fun games on there. I don't like new games. I only like those ones. But I could be a slob and watch TV for hours. It's just with video games. First of all, I have to learn how to play it. And now I'm committed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't just stop, especially with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And all those these ones when it's a live game and I have friends in the headset. I can't just pause.
They're all talking, come here, come on. I'm like, shut up. I'm trying it's just so much.
It's too much commitment.
Yeah. And as a kid, we'd have to go to work or try and make money when you're a kid. But now it's just I spent 6 hours trying to not get killed for 5 minutes. Just trying to not get murdered for 5. Trying to figure out how to hide behind a wall.
That's worse than going to work.
It's terrible. And my friend gets super. He gets like he's like, you need to listen. I'm like, why? I'm playing a game that you asked me to play. Now you're yelling at me because I
Why did you want
suck
me to
at
play?
it.
I didn't want to play. Why did you want me to play? This is terrible.
It's ridiculous. What game did you play with Chrissy on a stream a few times? Row House wants to know.
Well, I think the only time that I played a game with Chrissy, we were playing Roblox and we played like there was a hide and seek game that we played, and then that game sucks. You want to know why? Is because when you're hiding and the seeker goes past you and doesn't see you, your character will say like bye bye and like out you, and then you get caught.
It gets cocky.
Yeah. I was hiding in the tires, okay? And Fealty walked right past me and I was like, yes. And then he was like, oh, who just said bye-bye to me? And I was like, are you serious right now? And so then I had to run for my life. I was like, he's going to find me.
Oh, so you get murdered if you get caught.
Yeah. I got murdered. There was a escape the facility. There was another one called Piggy. That one I was terrible at. Because Chrissy's 13-year-old stepson was also playing, and he was like laughing in my Oh yeah, he was the last one. I was the piggy, and I had to chase after everybody, and I got everybody but him, and he was like just in my face
just
the whole
mocking
time.
you the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that game.
My friend got me to get a game called Police Simulator. And what Police Simulator is it's a game where
Did you kneel on people's necks?
No, you don't even get to do that. You have to like play it for like a year. You have to drive around giving people speeding tickets. That's it. That's like all you do. Like he got me to get this game, and I'm like, why can't I drive over anybody or plow through a parade or shoot? I have to just give people not even speeding tickets, parking tickets to get a promotion. To eventually, I can start handling.
So it's like a real job?
It's like a real job. And I quit playing it. He played it for like 6 months. And he's like, "Yeah, I got to shoot a criminal." I'm like, "You've been playing for 6 months, dude." Yeah, you pay $19 and you get to have a real job as a fake police officer, giving out parking tickets.
Oh my God.
There's a game on PlayStation. See, what I wish that you could do with PlayStation is I wish you could send people games. You can in a way, but I wish that you could send them and they would just automatically download to implicate them. But you can search like gay or just use random terms you can search and games will pop up. And there's one called Freezer Pops. And Freezer Pops is like $5. And it's a game it's a story game that you get to live the life of a gay guy who's like just out of high school who goes before he sets off on his life to a summer beach vacation and opens up a freezer stand where he meets these older guys. It's Freezer Pops. And it's all about the gay experience of this guy with an old man running a freezer stand. That's a game.
Wow, everything's a game now. You can.
Everything's a game. Yeah.
I'm going to make a video game about the car shopping experience. I think I'm going to you go to the car lot and you get to test drive a car.
I can put you in this car right now, ma'am.
No, I want to drive it first. You have to deal with the sleazy.
Let me go talk
salesman.
to my manager. Let me see what we can do.
Well, what if I want that one instead? Yeah, you get to go on this whole experience of like the terrible experience of dealing with. And it has to be a used car lot. Okay, you can't. It needs to be. It can't be like a fancy luxury car dealership. You have to go to like some sleazy. Unknown name used car lot,
and they're all con artists. Like all they're trying to do is get you. They're just trying to trick you. It feels like.
Yeah, exactly. and there's no good options for cars, and you have an entry level job, and your car just it just died. It took its last crap. Like there's no more fixing it, no more taking it to the shop. You have to get a new car. It's over. So you're kind of stuck. You're in a fucked up situation where you're like, I don't have any money. I was hoping this car would last me like at least another year. I have to get a new car. Now you're dealing with all these sleazy car salesmen that are trying to screw you over.
It's like a game. It's like you're trying to avoid all the traps. It's also it's like going to the mechanic too. It's like they're going to use a bunch of language that you don't. We opened up your hood and we know you're here for an oil change, but we found your carburetor and your bugafogger and you're not going to be able to get out of here without. It's going to be about $2,500 before we get you out of here. We can't let you go without it.
Have you noticed the mechanics don't know how to do their jobs anymore?
In what way?
Well, so I have a Jetta and the timing belt went out, and so I needed it replaced.
Yeah.
And the place that I took it to, it's a diesel, so like it's hard to find.
Right.
It's hard to find a diesel mechanic that works on a European car.
Yeah.
Woo! And I tried to do most of the like fixing on it, and I was just fine. But then I got it to the mechanic, and then they're like, okay, so we tightened up some of the stuff that you did or whatever, but you need to replace your timing belt. And I was like, okay, yeah, do that. And they're like, oh, well, we can't. And I was like, is this not a mechanic? Am I not at a shop here? And they're like, well, yeah, but like we just don't do timing belts because like that's just not that's just too tricky. And I'm like, who the fuck is supposed to do it if the mechanic can't?
They don't do. Your timing belt has a problem. We don't do timing belts.
Yeah, a similar thing happened with my brother not too long ago. I went to go when he was picking up his car. I dropped him off to go pick up his car. And they were like, yeah, so the issue you have with your car, like it's not throwing any codes, but we noticed there was like a hole in the exhaust. And so that's probably what is causing the problem, but we don't really know. And he was like, well, can you like just weld it? And he was like, they're like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, where the fuck did you take it there? What is it? First of all, like they see that there's an issue. They couldn't just fix that problem anyway with the car, just because. Like, what are they there for? Oh, well, we just read the codes. Apparently, like they don't know how to do jack shit.
No, you're right. They do just read the codes, and their job is to upsell. Row House says that I just got my oil changed at Jiffy Lube, and they charged me $270 for it.
$270.
Yeah. I question Jiffy Lube's motivations as well. You got when you go into one of these places, it's guaranteed that even if your car is in the most perfect condition possible, they are going to act like there's some problem that they need to upsell you with. So you have to be ready to say no to them because their entire job is to make you think that you can't leave without paying them more money. And apparently, from your experience, Courtney, to make you think that you can't leave at all because they can't even fix the problem they say that you have.
Yeah. Oh, and they're like, okay, I would recommend not driving this thing off the lot because you're going to run into problems. And I got home just fine.
We got this Segway you can take home, though, in a rental.
I'm like, oh, okay, so you want me to tow my car home after I just gave you $1,200?
Yeah, just give us a couple $200. We'll take care of that. It'll be no problem. Just give us a couple $200.
My God.
And old Rusty here will take you home. Rusty, you don't want to get in the car with Rusty. Who's going to take
Rusty
you home.
is too. I'm scared of you, Rusty. Yeah, I just need it. I'm going to try and figure out if I can learn how to replace it myself because I love that car, and I think that I already replaced a few things on it. I just don't have like a shit ton of tools, right? I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah. And you don't, and the tools they have are so my brother's a mechanic, and when you have access to those tools and you have a pit, it's so easy to do so many things. But the way they build cars is they put very easy to replace and fix items in the most impossible places to get to without all those tools. so that you have to go pay them more money to do it. So they try to make it as completely impossible as they can. But most things can be fixed. And I think if they're telling you they can't, they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, how in the hell are you a mechanic if you don't know how to replace a part on a car? Like, that's just crazy. Especially if you're a diesel mechanic. Like, do you not understand, like, how, like, what a treasure you are? If I was a diesel mechanic, I would be the best fucking diesel mechanic the planet has ever seen.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I'm not going to know how to do on your fucking car. I will be able to build whatever diesel car there is out there if I was a diesel mechanic. These people are just so, I'm like, my God.
They probably don't have enough of them because they push public education. They push college. I went to college. I graduated from college, but I also know that I'm not an economist. I have an econ degree. I don't know shit. I couldn't do an economist job. It's like, it's just boxes that you check off. And they actually used to anyway, although Trump's administration has encouraged trade school more. They used to discourage kids from learning trades. And they probably don't have enough people applying for jobs that can actually work on diesel cars. And it's because they're not, like, they don't teach people practical shit growing up in our society. They teach them basically to be slaves. And I bet that's why. I bet they hired it. They're like, we can't find enough people. They have probably like 2 guys there who know how to do it, and they only work weekends.
Or something. Or like, because they were already like really backed up. Because like, the people that ended up working on my car were probably trade school is much better than college, it appears. Yeah. In most cases, I mean, like, if you want to get into a construction trade, you start working as an apprentice, and the company pays for you to go through school, so you don't have any student loans, and then you're making like $100K a year.
Right. And that's like the opposite of what the power structure wants is any of that. They're like,
right. And now you have a marketable skill. So no matter what you decide to do, you can pay for your own college out of pocket, not even have to worry about getting a student loan if you do want to go to college. And then no matter what, you can work whatever fucking job you want, but you always have a marketable skill, and you will always be able to, and you'll have something that allows you to be a little bit more independent. So you have something weird going on in your house, you don't have to call an electrician. You can just fucking fix it yourself.
Do it yourself, yeah. Which all of that makes you a racist.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a clip from the Council on Foreign Relations that I used to play in the show all the time. That it's a former CIA agent and somebody who worked at Facebook and a bunch of other people, pretentious people, and they're talking about how people who know how to can their own corn are 2 steps away from white nationalism. And I'm like, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. It's a very, very reasonable statement. You guys are.
Ooh. So I suppose that when I was looking into all the different gardening that I wanted to do, because I wanted to figure out if I could get an avocado tree in my own backyard in Washington State, and I wanted spaghetti squash and all that. I'm a white nationalist because I wanted to grow my own produce.
Totally. Yeah. Wear that old Klan, the pointy hat, everything when you're gardening. That's what they.
It protects me from the sun, I swear.
Yeah. They don't want people being able to be resourceful on their own. They want them dependent on the government. And that's the whole point of identity politics, largely, in my opinion.
Oh, totally. It's crazy because like that's all that America is supposed to be, is like being independent. Like we have a literal Independence Day, but like all we've been wanting to be is independent from our government, like being able to just be self-sufficient. And just like in my lifetime, I've watched how we've gone from individualism to just becoming absolute sheep. Thanks a lot, George Bush.
People, yeah. George Bush is a racist, as Kanye would say. Where victimhood, where whoever can document themselves being victimized on camera is raised up in society. I mean, that's what people are incentivized to do. That's how you get famous. That's how you make money, is you bait someone into doing something that you can frame online out of context almost every time as oppressing you.
Yeah.
And that's what, look at our politicians. Look at that AOC, that's what she built her career on. AOC was not a fucking bartender. AOC had started 3 businesses while she was at Boston University. She had started a media company, 2 other businesses. She had a resume that would have gotten her an interview at any Fortune 500 company in the country. And then she was selected to run for office in the Bronx. And so what they did is they just ignored everything about her past, and they said, "You're a waitress now." And she worked as a waitress for 2 fucking days, and they made that her backstory.
Oh my God. I knew, you know what? I never knew that, but I had a sneaky suspicion. I'm like, there's something about this wasn't an accident. This was all planned out. AOC was all planned out.
Totally.
Like, she wasn't a career bartender. Like, oh, okay, so you got a college degree and then you were a bartender for how many years, and then out of nowhere, you're now.
And she suddenly, she it's all they choose these people who they think can best organize people, the most people, to take action against their own best interest. And she had been studying activism at this institute, and they chose her. And so they pretended her history didn't exist, and they made her into a bartender. Stacey Abrams, same thing. I did some shows about the background of some of these people. Stacey Abrams is here in Georgia. It's Stacey Abrams, who is she's the 30-foot whale on 2 feet. She's Sasquatch. You can kick a field goal through her mouth, and there's no Baconators that exist in Georgia because she's eaten every single fucking one of them. And there's a fucking mural in the middle of Atlanta of Stacey Abrams on the side of a building because they think she represents all of the oppressed black people in America. When the reality is that Stacey Abrams grew up in very, very privileged. She grew up in the circle of Jussie Smollett.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, her parents were Black Panthers, and her dad taught her from a young age to go. They would do these basically dramatic things. They would send her out to go pretend to as a kid, to be oppressed by like somebody who. So one of them was she won a writing contest when she was in the 5th grade, and she goes in to collect the money. Now the people handing out the money have no idea who the winner is. So they've never seen them. And so they require the parents to come show an ID. Her dad knows that. Her dad intentionally sends her in to go collect it, knowing that they're going to say, "We can't give it to you." Telling her to then say that they're racist and they're oppressing her. And that's what she did. And that's the story she tells, except she tells it in a different framing of how she was oppressed and she learned how to overcome white oppression as a kid.
I think Stacey Abrams, if I remember this correctly, was it her? I feel like she was the one that like got into some weird tiff with some guy who at a grocery store. God, this was like a few years ago now. And she was talking about how, God, what was it? I'm like, I can like see the interaction of her and the dude, but he looked white, but he was Puerto Rican. And so she was like, "Oh, this white racist, blah, 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 whatever." And he was like, "Oh, I'm Puerto Rican." And I remember that being a huge thing. What was that? Because it was a whole race scam.
I don't remember. I remember that story. I don't remember who it was that was associated with it. So Stacey, one of the things people remember about her is during the pandemic, when everybody was forced to wear a mask, there's like a picture of her at an elementary school surrounded by a bunch of kids, and they all have masks on except for her. In the photo. She got a lot of shit for that. She also writes romance novels under the pen name of Selena Montgomery.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
And shit. Yeah, it's very strange. She went to acting school. She played the president of the world on Star Trek, which I thought she'd be a much better actor. I don't know if you've seen Star Trek Discovery. It's the worst Star Trek ever. And they brought Stacey Abrams. They should have brought her in to play a planet instead of play the president.
Yeah. Yeah, she would have been a great planet.
Yeah,
She was a fantastic planet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Let's wrap up this story here. There's a couple more details here.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to the nurse who looks like, you know, I think she's probably upset she's arrested, but I think she probably cleans up well.
She looks like she's got some googly eyes going on.
Definitely some googly eyes. When the victim, who was also a registered nurse, subsequently sought to change her clothes, Swan allegedly dragged her to the floor and shoved her fingers, I think that part, inside of her mouth and hooked her like a fish. Allison then continued to batter her by grabbing her head and slamming it multiple times. During the confrontation, the victim told police Swan made several comments that she was the one in charge.
Wow.
The wife and that her wife was not behaving.
Not behaving.
What is this, Diddy? This is Diddy.
Oh my
Like-
God. When gaining weight is not behaving, folks. This-
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God.
She channeled her inner Diddy.
The poor wife was just trying to escape and freak off.
Right. She's trying to get out of there. A friend of the victim called 911 to report hearing via an open phone line. What? A swan striking her spouse. So she must have been like being dragged across the floor, and she's like dialing her friend, and she hears it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Is that like she was on a call with the friend, and they're like, oh shit.
I look at this girl too, and if her friend is overweight, I just can't imagine her dragging her. She seems very.
She must have been like spracked out on some meth or something.
Some PCP maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like she must have had something that gave her a little bit of retard strength. Like there's just.
Right. Yeah. She had that Diddy juice, whatever it is. Wait, did we get that far? Okay, so then it says when police responded to the couple's St. Port Lucie residence Saturday morning, Swan denied that a physical altercation occurred. She claimed her wife had been in a drunken rage and had thrown a plate of nachos and rolled around and covered herself in nacho cheese. I didn't do anything. She threw nachos at me and rolled her fat ass around in the cheese, officer.
She rolled around in the nacho cheese. I love this picture of the nachos with Doritos with queso.
Right. Like that's the bowl right there. That's the evidence.
So she was rolling around in. Oh my God.
However, examination of the victim's leggings revealed what appeared to be nacho cheese on the interior backside, consistent with the victim's story. So that's a real investigator right there, the police officer.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think to do that, to be like looking. How would you even consider? I mean, I guess you'd have to listen to that girl's stories and say, well, show me the leggings then. But it wouldn't even cross my mind because I'm an idiot.
Maybe every crime scene he goes to, he says, show me the inside of the female's leggings. It could be also.
Oh, there is that. I mean, hey, sometimes it pays to be a perv. You can get down to the...
Never know what you're going to find.
Yeah, and get down to the bottom of the story every once in a while.
Yeah. However, an examination... Oh, we got that. A substance revealing nacho cheese found smeared on a wall. Oh, wait. A substance resembling nacho cheese was found smeared on the wall. The victim also had a knot on her forehead and a scratch on her right arm.
Yeah. Don't you get knots on your forehead when you roll around in nachos?
Yeah, she's very violent about it.
Which, by the way, how the fuck do you think that's even like a normal story to tell somebody? Yeah, so like they just started rolling around in nachos.
That's the most reasonable explanation she could come up with. No, I didn't do anything. She started violently rolling herself around and the nacho cheese all over the ground, obviously.
Yeah.
Wait, don't fucking look at the inside of her leggings.
Why are you looking at the inside of her leggings? What are you, some kind of a fucking perv? What's wrong with you?
So she's fucking beating a cop over the head.
Why are you hitting yourself in the head?
This cop hit himself over the head after he found out.
After he saw the nachos in my wife's pants. Was she still wearing the leggings when he asked
That's a good question. That's a great question. Let me check her panties next. You stay there.
This is for investigative purposes, okay? This is not...
I'm an officer of the law, ma'am. It's safe. And while Swan claimed her spouse had thrown the nachos, cops found ceramic. Or that's it?
Ceramic.
Ceramic. Thank you. I'm retarded. The ceramic plate they were prepared. The ceramic plate that the nachos were prepared on was completely intact. So she didn't throw it because the ceramic plate was intact. That must be the reasoning there. And then it says, pictured above, Swan was arrested for domestic battery and misdemeanor. She was freed from the county jail. That's dangerous. Sunday morning after $250 bond, and as a condition of the release, Swan was ordered to have no contact with the victim, and she must stay away from the woman's car. place of employment, and home. Since Swan resides with the victim, she may return to the residence accompanied by police to retrieve her belongings. There's a 0% chance this bitch doesn't show up at the other woman's work with a plate of nachos, I think.
Oh no. Yeah, I was just thinking like they released her. Think of all the nachos that are going to get thrown around and shoved down pants now. That's like
a lot of
that's
casualties.
tragic. Yeah.
A lot of nachos that could have been enjoyed.
Just thrown down pants.
In panties and leggings.
Yeah, it's not acceptable. None of this is acceptable. Oh.
And you're right, though. This isn't the first time this has happened. This is the first time the police have shown up when it's happened. I love the police, because the police reports usually actually say what they say in the article. Yeah, nacho cheese. And that's like, a lot of things happen in a relationship that you don't call the police about.
Yeah.
Until nacho cheese gets shoved in your leggings.
Oh, if you're defiling my meal, you're going to jail.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're not. I'm not just gonna leave that alone. You're taking my food and shoving it down my pants. While you, by the way, are just hanging out on the couch until 3:00 in the morning playing video games. The only reason why you got up was to ruin my fun.
Right.
So
try and bait me into creating your fantasy of me spilling nacho cheese all over this ground and rolling around in it like a fucking maniac.
Not happening here.
Not gonna happen in this house, ma'am.
Not under my roof. Okay. So you're going to prison now. You're going to jail. We're getting a divorce. Well, I'm definitely getting a divorce if somebody thinks it's okay to shove food down my pants.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think at that point you've probably overlooked some problems, though. I think that maybe. I don't know. I think they definitely are still together, if I had to guess.
Probably. Yeah. See, for me, like there had to have been red flags leading up to that occasion. I get it. It can be frustrating when a partner lets themselves go and you're like, let's get, that's fine. Whatever. You're going to make some comments here. That's whatever. But that doesn't mean you should shove nachos down their pants. Like you don't.
Like, I want to know the story leading up to it. I want to know for how long she had been. Maybe it started off very nicely. It was like, come on. Okay, come on. Like you said, let's go work out together, whatever. And then, 3 months later, and it's like, look, you said that we could work out together and that if you didn't, that like I could, rub you with Dorito, flavoring. And if I got mad, and then, a year later, it's like, you fucking told me I could fucking shove nachos in your panties and your leggings if you didn't fucking lose weight. And it finally got to that promise.
Maybe, like, we don't know. No one explained the conversation leading up to that. So that's probably exactly what happened. Is it like, you told me that I could shove nachos down your leggings if it got to this point. And here we are siding with the fat one when we
could be on the wrong side of history right now.
We might be on the wrong side of history because the nacho legging lady is the one who's in the right here. She was already told this was what was going to happen.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for this skinny crackhead.
What was her name again? Free skinny crackhead.
I don't know, but she kind of looks like that girl though from the nacho cheese assault, doesn't she?
Wait.
What are you talking about? The GoFundMe from the girl who the
N-word lady. They do kind of look alike. Yeah. They do. Well, yeah, and I think we need to free this lady. We need justice for the skinny crackhead because it's possible that she was promised this the nachos and the leggings situation, and the nurse, the fat one, already knew what was coming up. She had no reason to be calling the police.
None. What's it? Shallow Hendrix. That's right. And the nacho cheese girl. Or Shallow Hendrix, the nacho cheese girl, perhaps. One and the same.
Maybe they're the same person.
We don't know. A Give Send Go. Yeah. Sometimes I go read through Give Send Goes and GoFundMe's because I think it's fun to just point out like the obvious scams of them. It's
man.
Like it's total grifter platform.
I'm trying to find one of Eliza Blue's old GoFundMe's because she was like, I need help. leaving the state. I'm taking some time off, blah, blah, blah. And then at one point she was like, this self-care trip is going to help me with my healing. I'm like, this bitch is doing a GoFundMe for a fucking vacation.
For vacation. I'm going to say so many child sex trafficking victims. I fucking hate those people. They're so full of shit.
Oh my God. Oh man, she had Andrew Yang supporting her stupid whatever, what the hell did she call it? But he was like, yay, so exciting. Oh, thank you. And then she's talking to Shane Cashman. She was like, all it was just some mattresses on the floor. I'm like,
right. And that girl has a history too of being just a swindler.
Yeah. Well, as a blues a mess.
It sucks though because you're incentivized to be a grifter, and like with X, it's what gets the most engagement and therefore the most X profits is picking a fight with somebody with a big account. So you see these big accounts fighting with each other, and people, everybody who follows them are jumping on both sides of the fight in the comments, which drives engagement for both of them. And maybe it's a genuine fight, but nevertheless, there is an incentive to fake a fight because both of them profit off of the comments.
Oh yeah. I don't get involved. I'm like, well, and then for me, I'm like, okay, well, if I would want to build my following, it actually does pay for me to like engage with like conversations with bigger accounts. But the only conversations that are out there are a bunch of fucking fights. So it's like, I don't want to get involved. Show me pictures of your dogs. Show me.
Right. Yeah, you can't say something reasonable without like a gang rush of people coming. I'm like, this is divide and conquer.
Yeah, no, it's the Wild West out there. It's an absolute shit show. It's also stressful sometimes. Like there are times I'm like, I'm just trying to scroll through, trying to find something to like talk about on stream tomorrow. I just want to find a couple of things to bookmark and then be on my way, and then I guess get caught up in
dead babies in Gaza.
Something dumb. Like a lot of times I'm like, I need to unfollow some people. I'm already not following that many people, but I need to unfollow some people because I feel like I'm just looking at slop.
It is. It's just like you'll see gangbang challenge between two OnlyFans people, retard girls dancing, and aren't you mad about the dead babies in Gaza and or Israel? And then everybody has to take a position on it. You know, I'm like, nah, I know, right? Because it's like there's dead babies everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a selective focusing of attention to
like just let them deal with their own fucking fight. It's their fight, whatever.
Yeah.
If I get into a fight with another country, leave me alone. Stay out of it. You don't know jack shit. Okay?
Right.
Freak off stupid childish terms.
Call it an orgy. It does sound like a freak off. What was the other thing he called it? He called it like a King Daddy session or some weird shit like that.
Oh God.
It's just
I missed that part. I mean, the thing is like it's something other than an orgy, because sometimes it was just him watching her have sex with one escort. Sometimes there was more people.
It's more intimate like that, you know. That's
but,
romantic.
You know, yeah, it was a little bit more romantic. And then it would be, you know, like a long, extended period of time and like a lot of drugs. I feel like it's a smidge different from a traditional orgy, but
a little different.
I mean, a freak off, I agree, is very dumb. We can call it something else. Yeah.
So I love in the first ones, the first escort described as the first time he went in to go bang Diddy's girlfriend is that he came in and there's just a guy sitting in the corner. It's Diddy. but he's like, first of all, that's a little jarring because I think she solicited him there, according to the story, if I recall it correctly. It's like, oh, I'm going to go hit up with this girl. I guess it's going to pay me for some reason. And I walk in, there's just a dude sitting in the corner who's like in an Antifa mask. Because he had his face covered at first.
Well, and he like showed up expecting to do a dance too. Like he was expecting to be like an actual like dancer. He was supposed to be a stripper for this lady. And he's like, I thought I was going to show up and just dance. And then I showed up and there's this man in the corner staring at me. And
with his dick in his hand.
With the mask on.
It's but it showed just his eyes, the mask, it said. which he's like, his eyes are so close together. It's like, I know that's Diddy. I can see your eyes.
And then he started talking. It was like, okay, now it's all over.
Yeah,
I don't know who this is.
You know, it's just.
He's talking in his weird riddles that make no sense, and we're all just like, they're just sitting there trying to decode it.
Yeah, dead internet theory definitely is something that's interesting because, like, I have a lot of very, very seemingly attractive Asian women who like a lot of my posts and have no followers and have brand new accounts. But there are some though that there's a couple accounts that's I'm pretty sure they're AI, but they're a lot more convincing or bots than other ones.
Yeah, that's true. Like sometimes I worry that I'm getting tricked into like an argument with a bot.
Me too.
I actually get attractive Asian ladies DMing me, telling me about how their sister wants to meet me and how I'm an attractive man. Like one time I almost responded because I was like, motherfucker, you think I look like a dude? Come on.
No, I mean,
I was like, no,
the
just
same
report.
person is coming after both of us.
Yeah, well, I'll get her sister first. I'm sure of it.
No, it's crazy. It's like the bots have gotten worse, I think, with Elon.
Yeah, I think so. Like there are times I'll be like reading through people's opinions on like the Karen Reed trial. It's always like court trials, especially where I'm like, this can't fucking be real. There's no way that this a human being believes this. And then I have to like, oh, I almost got tricked into like arguing with a bot. I swear I had to have. It like the sentence structure looks like it's a regular English speaking person. But no, this had to have been a bot. There's just no fucking way that somebody actually thinks this way. Sometimes there is a person that thinks that way, but it's just there's always something like a little off where you're like, no, never mind.
So they have these FBI not informants, but agents that are called online covert employees. OCEs is what they call them. And they go on social media platforms or they go on like Discord and stuff, and they do stuff like this. They try and like get people to start saying things like that. It's just like the guy at January 6th who's the first guy to break the glass wearing all black. It gets everybody else to follow him. Yeah, and they try and provocateur all of that stuff, and it's crazy because this is in like the Department of Justice manuals. I've done a couple shows on it. These OCEs and these other undercover people, the level of what they can do that's illegal that they're allowed to do goes all the way up to murder.
Well,
it's like
so.
But I do meet people, and I'll ask them sometimes because I went to the Libertarian Convention, the National Convention, and I moderated the presidential debate here in Georgia. And so when I went to the National Convention, I was like, Fed, to the point where I was like, oh, hey, Fed, because it's just such a co-optable group. Because it's such a division within a lot of great people in there, but definitely going to be some agents in there. But I would ask people how they met each other.
Spotting them.
Totally. And they'd be these people would be like, oh no, we met, all of us, our group of 4 friends, we all met on Discord. I'm like, oh, you all met on Discord this first time you're meeting? I was like, well, who's the Fed in this group?
Yeah.
It's just all, not that people can't meet normally like that, but.
What Discord were you meeting on? Was it FBI's agents?
FBI agent Discord.
Yeah, like is it like a FBI agent anonymous or whatever?
Yeah, and I did a show about this shit. And I titled it something about OCEs and Feds and the Libertarian Convention. And there was all these people, some of whom I suspected to be Feds, OCEs, that never tuned into the show, that were like commenting and watching. I'm like, this is weird. Hey guys. What's going on, guys? Probably not. It's probably me just being retarded, but
I'm always suspicious of them, though. Like, there are certain people where I'm like, this motherfucker, there's no way this is like a normal person. They're trying to do some sort of like psychological thing on me or something. Like, I don't fucking trust you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's hard to tell a grifter from a Fed, I think.
Just foil hat on my head
all
at this point in time. Like, I
tell people, like, that's why I don't make money. I'm like, you want to help this show continue? it's because I'm good at finding information that other people won't show you, but I'm not good at fucking making money showing you information that means nothing. Like James O'Keefe and some of these other people. I'm kidding. Like my audience is great. We've been in the show a while, but like it's frustrating when you see people that just show total bullshit. You know it's bullshit, but you go on X and you say one thing about it, try to point it out, and everybody just fucking comes after you. And it's like, motherfucker, I've been doing this shit for fucking 10 years. I got kicked off the fucking radio for exposing Epstein 10 years ago, and because his buddy bought the company. The parent company. And like it's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. And usually when you show people stuff, they'll be like, oh shit, and they'll be cool and maybe they'll follow you or check out your work. But like it takes so much effort to get one or two people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and like you have like a James O'Keefe, he was America's sweetheart for a while there, right?
Such a faggot,
the whole like Project Veritas and all that stuff, and like
he was because of Trump, because Trump elevated him when he mentioned it.
Yeah. Well, like then of course people are like, oh my god, look at these grinder dates that he's going on.
I
or
know
whatever.
he's just banging guys. Like there's not a guy that he won't get banged by in pursuit of the truth. This guy
getting all these people to just like spill out their life story, and it's like, how the fuck? And then it just starts to make you wonder, like, okay, if these people are supposed to be covert, like these people are supposed to be anonymous, that no one's supposed to know what they're up to, they're doing everything just like under the radar, and they go on one date with somebody and they just spill the beans. Like that's a little suspicious. Like I don't know, like I know I'm an idiot and have definitely been like, oops, too much information to this person, but I'm not also like running, I'm not a part of like an FBI operation, right? Like I'm not doing shit, like my daily life isn't all about like keeping a secret.
Right.
I was a fail like 5 years ago, and I hope he's more business than intelligent.
And that's why I think like he targets people who are kind of lower level of some of these organizations, and he comes in there and he makes them think that they're going to get laid. And they, as a guy, a chick, if this were a chick doing that, so he's a honeypot, but for gay dudes, and like he's, I don't know, or maybe there's some off-camera stuff we don't know about that maybe happened as well, but like then they can start like, because he's asking these baiting questions, he's getting them drunk, and they want to impress them, so they're embellishing and. There's some stuff that he's released that's decent, but I've like never been like I wouldn't care. So like the Epstein thing he did the other day, where it was the picture of a baby taking a fucking bath, holding what he called a phallic object. It was fucking obviously a rattler.
Well, it's a toy, yeah.
Fucking musical
like a baby
homo.
toy.
Like, give me a fucking break. Like that's a sign of fucking deception that he's doing that. If he would have just been like, hey, somebody sent me this clip, which he didn't even actually corroborate that was Epstein's house. It kind of erased over that part. If he would have just been like, somebody sent us a video, they say it was the inside of Epstein's house. Here it is. Here's the video. That's a picture of a baby with a toy on the wall. What does this mean? I don't know. Then I would not have had any problem with it at all. It was the whole fucking, I'm scared, guys. I'm going into hiding. Pray for me.
Yeah, because you're
and then he walks
retarded.
off camera. Go fuck yourself, you fucking dipshit. And then he's fucking DJ. All these fucking people do this. Jack Sobiek do that. Jack Sobiek do that, nigga. I'm turning into my Diddy here. But like, it's tough because you agree with things that many people say, but it's like, I don't trust any of this shit.
Right. Like, everybody was on a high for a while there because all this information started coming out that seemed so secretive. Like it just seemed like, oh my God, this is information we never would have found out ever. Like, this is so crazy. And like, he was a part of a lot of it. And like, it was interesting for a while there, but now he's like, oh my God, breaking news. Prince Andrew fucked underage girls.
What? Oh, wait, do we know that? This
is great.
What did you tweet? You tweeted the next breaking report was going to be about, I can't remember what it was.
Well, that in response to that, I was like, can't wait until he finds out about Virginia Giuffre.
Right, yeah.
After she died. But then there was also that fucking book that came out about the secret of Joe Biden that we were hiding, and I was like, yeah. Next thing we're gonna
the
hear
Jake
about
Tapper book.
Yeah, and like next thing we're gonna hear about is John
Dude.
Fetterman's stroke. Everybody,
Right.
like,
It's crazy
God.
too. It's like because the Republicans used to care about his stroke, the Democrats used to cover that up, and now the Democrats are like he's mentally he's declining. Now the Republicans are like he's just finally coming back because he says some things that they like. But that
I
book
know.
that Tapper did is already #1 on the bestseller list. It's not.
Oh
It
my
hasn't even
God.
been. The guy is going to make millions of dollars off of a book that nobody reads, exposing things that all of us said
We all
for
knew.
years. That we were called conspiracy theorists for. And Jake Tapper has a history of doing that bullshit. He got an award from the White House Press Association and like $25 cash and some sort of some trophy for being the guy who broke the Russian dossier story and for putting the dossier in our lexicon. That is something that he was awarded. And it's all total bullshit. It's all bullshit. And he also fucking called anybody who questioned the vaccine or questioned the pandemic shit a conspiracy theorist. And then a couple months ago, I played these clips on my show. He brought his daughter on and promoted her book, which was about how you need to always question your authorities and you need to always question your doctors because they don't get it right. And the motherfucker is the best at spreading bullshit and gaslighting. Well, I'm Drake Tapper. I have a normal face and I'm going to be serious. He went to fucking film school at USC. He's associated with it. It's all fucking bullshit. I hate them all.
Yeah, what a fucking shit show. Like, I'm sorry, do you guys not understand? Like, Donald Trump was calling Joe Biden Sleepy Joe for a reason.
He's very
Yeah,
sleepy.
I know. Look at you, Chunga Choo Choo.
Yeah, I have my
That's her
dog back here
spot.
sleeping. You can't see him, but it kind of looks like your
Aw.
dog. He's just a little. Is your dog? Your dog is like a tiny dog.
Yeah. Come here. Come here. No, come here. No, come here. No, come here. Ugh.
Very cute. Yeah, he's very cute.
You say hello. Mm-hmm.
Man. Hi.
Every time I lift her paw up, she like immediately straightens her whole arm out.
Yeah, there you go. He's
Just
singing,
following.
singing Ye's song.
Yeah, she's just doing a little Roman salute. That's all. Do you need to lay down here? Okay.
I love dogs.
Me too. I have 3 of them because they're so cute. But Penelope never wants to be on camera. She's a little camera shy. But
You ever hold your phone up to them and they kind of look away? You know?
yes,
And I thought about it. I'm like, they're looking at us like they have no idea what it is. Oh, like why are they holding that weird thing and pointing it at me? Are they related
no,
biologically?
no. Cricket was already here for like 5 years, and then the oldest, my oldest died, Bootsy.
I'm sorry.
And I wanted another dog. And so I went to this fucking cool rescue event where they have like all these dogs. You just meet all of them. It's like a party. And so I met her, and she apparently, before I got there, was biting everyone.
Yeah.
And when I met her, and she just plopped on her back, and like, let me give her belly rubs. And I was holding her like a baby. And then everyone was like, the fuck? That dog was biting me earlier. And so I was like, well, I think she has to come home with us. I think she needs to be part of the dog family.
Yeah.
Because
They all get
she was-
along good.
Yeah, they get along fine. Cricket is the other one that's off camera now. She gets jealous sometimes, and so she'll growl at
Yeah.
Josie. Or Chongus, what's your name, Choo Choo? Every once in a while when she wants attention, but otherwise, like, they get along just fine.
That's cool.
They're-
That's so sweet. My dog, my sister has his mom. Like my sister rescued his mom 8 years ago. He turned 8 not long ago, and she was pregnant at the time she realized it, and 9 puppies ended up being born in her loft, and I ended up taking Edmund, and so he gets to see his mom like every now and then, and it's just like so sweet. Like he just adores her.
I'm telling you, the rescue site, they didn't know that Josie was pregnant at first when I first saw her on the website. And she disappeared from the site for a couple months. And I was like, oh shit. And I was looking for other dogs, and I was like, okay, well, I want to meet one of these. I think it's time to meet one of them. And she popped back up, and I was thinking, my God, if I would have fucking applied for her back in June when no one knew she was pregnant, I could have had 4 more puppies.
Yeah.
That would have been a nightmare. But
It would have
man,
been, but yeah.
they were so cute, though.
It's so cute.
Your sister lived
And-
my dream, is
yeah.
what happened.
And she had, so for 8 weeks, she had to keep all of the puppies, all 9 of them. Because she adopted them out to people that we know. And, but for the first 8 weeks, I would go over to her place and like, they're all just cuddled up together on top of each other. And the mom is just like licking them and cleaning them. And she had 2 other dogs at the time, which were bigger, older dogs. And they would just be laying their full bodies on their neck because they just loved them so much. It was like the most adorable thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Oh man, when I first met Josie, she was in the crate with like this big old crate with all 4 of her puppies. It was like WWE in there.
Yeah.
They were just nonstop, just bah, 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 bah.
Yeah.
There was nothing cute or cuddly about it. And
Right,
it would have been a nightmare just listening to them like wrestle and bite each other all the time.
So since there was 9 of them, there's only 8 nipples.
Uh-oh.
That he was the runt of the litter, and so all the dogs would just be on, which she was like fucking exhausted after that, and so he's just trying to fight in there, and they'd be fighting each other off. But when she was tired of it, and one would come up to get a little bit, she'd just fucking bat him away. He's like, I'm fucking tired of it. Need a break.
No. Oh no, poor baby.
Yeah, they all ended up okay though. But dogs are, I think all animals are interesting.
Yeah.
It always makes me think of like we communicate with dogs very much so. They probably learn our language far more than we learn theirs because the way that they react to us, and it's communication is everything. It's your ability to communicate, and people communicate with snakes. To ants, we're like a thunderstorm. They don't know what we are, but if there's a communication thing, and I think about like roaches and stuff, which are gross looking, but they don't feel that way. They want to live. They don't want to die, even though we think they're gross. I totally think they're gross, but I'm just like, if only we could communicate with them. We could be like, just leave. This doesn't have to be genocide. Just go.
I actually one time in the middle of the night, I saw a spider in my bathroom when I was just trying to go take a piss. And I was like, I don't have the time or energy to deal with this. I was just like, listen, guy, you got to go. Okay. Can you, I don't want you in here. You don't want to be here right now. Can you just leave? And he left. I don't know exactly where he went, but I have never seen him ever since. And this was a long time ago. He's gone.
He knew what you're saying.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? Gotta go. See you later.
No, it's crazy. Sometimes I'll just look at him and like move my head, and he'll know exactly what I'm like trying to tell him. Wow.
Yeah.
Dogs always look like their owners. Edmund is he's a boxer and pit bull mix. He looks a lot like your dog, just bigger. He's adorable. He's got
Big
little sock
young
hands.
boy. Oh, the sock hands. That's
He's got
really
the sock
cute.
hands. Yeah, he's great. He's a lady killer. He's good.
Oh, what a baby. I'm convinced that wild animals want to be domesticated.
I was reading a study about how foxes are becoming more sweeter because they see how dogs approach people and are rewarded, and it, through evolution, I guess.
Look at the bears in Russia.
They're like buddy. Like every Russian has a bear buddy.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video of these Russians doing a workout in the woods.
Yeah.
Which
Hanging
is
out with
very
bears.
Russian. And the bear was
Totally,
assisting.
Snow everywhere. Yeah, the bear's like, let me spot you, bro.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? He's like, I saw another video of a bear that he was hanging out at a barbecue, and instead of the people were like, he's got to go, but instead of being like calling animal control and all this stuff, the guy just walks up to his front yard, opens the gate, and was like, get out of here. And the bear was like, I don't want to leave. He's like, come on. And he starts walking out and then looks over at the guy and just like, whack, and then leaves. He's like, he's like,
Yeah.
you, I didn't want to do this. And then just left like a human.
He just wanted a plate, and they wouldn't give him one.
Yeah, he just wanted to hang out. I think that the reason why wild animals are the way that they are is because they're always worried about getting eaten and they're always hungry.
Yeah.
I would be a massive bitch if that was my life. Just constantly starving, worrying that someone was going to try and eat me.
It's like, why the shotgun, bro? I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I'm just trying to live my life. But if they all had a nice little warm, cozy home and they were fed on a regular basis, they would be so happy. We'd all be friends. Even alligators, I think.
I don't know if I would test it with alligators.
I think an
I don't
alligator would be
disagree.
an excellent guard dog. Have you ever seen one get a scratch on the back of their head? Oh, they love it.
Do they like twitch their leg?
No, they go. It's really cute.
No, I'll have to do that next time I see one.
Yeah, next time you see one, just like scratch the back of their
right
head.
Up to it. He's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this video of this guy who
scrub brush.
He found a bear, like as a baby, and he like rescued it. And this is an old video. It's like one of those TLC things on YouTube. And he like raised the bear, and the bear was like he considered the bear to be his best friend. It's very cute, and then it became very massive. And the bear was the best man at his wedding. And so there's all these people at his wedding, and there's a fucking bear. And everybody was cool with it. And then he was like, yeah, no, the bear comes inside at Thanksgiving. And it showed the inside of the house, and it showed everybody sitting at the table having Thanksgiving dinner. And then the camera pans over, and he's the voiceover's talking about the bear enjoys Thanksgiving dinner with them, and it pans over, the bear is standing at like a table of its own, just fucking tearing apart fucking turkey, just ripping it to shreds.
Oh, but he gotta have Thanksgiving dinner with his family.
Yeah, just hope he doesn't play too hard though. He rip somebody's arm off.
Yeah, you have to be careful. But I think we can domesticate them. We gotta start with like red pandas and foxes, and then we can move up and up to the bigger ones.
I don't think I want to be at the front lines of that domestication process.
Yeah, I mean it's. Well, I think we've already started. Christian the Lion. Remember him? Oh, that was like, I don't know, like 2011 or something. It was like something that swirled around like Facebook and stuff, where like this gay couple had a lion named Christian, and he got too big, and they had to give him to like a lion sanctuary or whatever. And then they were reunited, and he ran and like jumped on them. They're like wrestling with each other and stuff.
Those those stories are always sweet with the monkeys too. And it made me think of what Steve said here is Grizzly Man.
I haven't even heard of that.
Grizzly Man is a documentary about this guy. I can't remember his name, but he went to go live amongst bears. And so the guy he's an actor. He wanted to be an actor, and he had some small roles, and he actually auditioned to play the bartender in Cheers, but Woody Harrelson got it. And he ended up going to do this thing with bears, and his whole thing was to show the humanity of bears, and he lived amongst them, and most of them seemed to love him. And
I don't like where this is going.
It's not going to a good place. And there was like in the video one bear who like he would always kind of talk shit to, because like he doesn't like, the guy's very kind of effeminate in the way that he talks, but very brave to go live amongst bears for some reason. But he was doing this for like a show, I think, that he wanted to create, and his girlfriend would like fly over for a few weeks at a time or a few months at a time, and she would fly over, and then there's this one video. I don't know if this is real. Steve, is this the real video that of the actual event that there's only audio of? Because like, yeah, you can't see it, you can only hear it, of them getting mauled to death by that one he would talk shit to all the time, and both of them. It's a crazy documentary. It's crazy.
You can't like be shit talking to a bear.
You can't shit talk a bear.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to have a nice and wholesome interaction, because they're not ready for that. They're not fully domesticated. Those bears weren't anywhere near domesticated. You didn't even domesticate them. You became the wild one, first of all. You have to get them. They need to evolve into that level of human interaction. You can't just force them into it, because they're gonna maul you to death.
Yeah, no.
Don't shit talk a bear, guys.
They can read the energy. Absolutely. And you can see it in the video where he's like, that's the bear that. So it's like a dog. Like, there might be a dog you encounter that's kind of like whatever. And it's like, all right, fuck you, dude. But a dog, for the most part, unless it's a huge dog, most people can, they can pinned down if they needed to, if it got aggressive. But like a bear that shows this energy, and he's kind of talking shit to it, and you can kind of see it's almost like the bear just kind of shrugs it off at one point when it's kind of on the other side of a river.
Aw.
And it's just like, I wouldn't be fucking talking shit to that bear, dude.
He's
And
pissed.
they say that's the bear that ate him. They found him and his girlfriend's remains inside the belly of it. They killed it. They killed the bear.
The poor girlfriend had
The
to become
girlfriend got eaten
casualty.
also. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't listen to the screams on the video, the audio. It's awful. It's awful.
Oh
it's
man.
like, yeah,
the audio
it's
has to be worse than watching the video because you can't exactly see what's going on. You just have to guess.
No, but
You
you can
know?
hear. I have not. I've heard the audio a number of times. People have told me it is the legit audio. I'm not 100% sure that it is, but it's presented by this like guy who is like he knew him and he's like telling the story for the guy. He's also a bear researcher, I think. Yeah.
He's a bear researcher. He didn't even tell his fucking friend, don't talk shit to the bear.
Yeah. I should have told him. It's the one thing I forgot to say. I told him
talk shit
everything
to the
he
bear.
needed to know. I gave him a long list. I just forgot that one detail.
The one thing. You know, Cricket, that reminds me. I need to stop being so hard on you sometimes. Cricket, I tease that she's like a bad dog, but you're not. You're a good dog.
Seems very, very sweet. Courtney, I've kept you forever, and I appreciate you.
It's been forever.
I appreciate you hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Yes.
it. We'll have to
Thank
do it
you
again
for
sometime.
having me. Yeah, absolutely. I had a blast. I didn't even realize it's already been 3.5 hours. Holy crap.
Me either. The time flies when you're talking Diddy and bears.
When nachos are shoved down the pan.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So tell everybody again where they can find you.
Yes, follow me on Twitter. My handle is #WasThatCourtney, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Courtney Brooke, where I stream usually 3 times a week, and it's usually just a wild variety show, very unpredictable and lots of fun.
Yeah, check it out. It is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. You're very spontaneous and funny in your
Thank you.
reactions to videos and everything. So I don't watch a whole lot of shows. My attention span is short too, but I do watch yours when I can catch you live. So check it out, and thank you guys for hanging out. Propagandify is my website at Freedom Act Radio on X, and all my links in bio to help out the show or follow people. And we'll do it again soon. You guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. See y'all later. Bye.